Hello? Are we back? Um, we back, VB, hello. Danger's alive, sorry folks. I think that was maybe my internet. My my OBS chat isn't working still, but my phone is working. So I'll just sit like this and look at the chat. And hopefully all will be well. I thought it was Twitch, but my internet on my computer did seem to do the weird like globe thing. There we go, we're still back. Welcome back, Steen, thank you. I don't know why chat on my stream or OBS isn't working. Welcome to the chat room, there we go. We'll get the game audio back. Let's try and get our Steam key to work, or stream key. Without danger, exactly. Poirot investigating the petty theft bread. I was just replying to this. So in this version of events, Poirot is a piece of trash. Seems to be a bad policeman. And he's kind of just on the beat. Doing whatever. And
let's go, dude.
Steen, welcome in. Thank you for being first. Any circuit downtime pee? Not at all, but I can feel it now. My body can sense that there was a moment to pee. But I didn't do it, I'm afraid. I didn't do it. Danger's had 0 fees, no fees at all. Steen, thank you for being first to the stream. Yeah, that's a pain in the arse. I'm guessing it was just me though. Shall we get back in? I hope that we're well. Right. We were doing this. We were having a look at this this ladder. I almost called it stairs there. Judging by the condition of this ladder, I wouldn't trust it with my weight. Perhaps a braver man than I perched this elsewhere against the roof. It's like those fucking insurance adverts. 2 streams in 1 day. Well, treat. Come on. Come on, son. Don't say I don't treat you. I've forgotten what I was talking about, unfortunately. Overgrown trellis? Don't think I've ever seen that word used before. But maybe I'm not high class enough to see that word, you know. This trellis has been left untouched for quite some time. Trellis? Is there a different word for that? Or am I just an uncultured fool?
Of course, officer. How can I help?
I see there's a little romance in this house.
Excuse me, officer?
Perfectly normal over Django, yeah.
The carving on the bench. Forgive me, I was not suggesting anything untoward.
Oh, of course not. Yes. I suppose there must be.
Okay, so your name's Elizabeth.
Do you know the identity of the mysterious L and E?
Fucking L is Luke, the gardener who's just left and stole the bracelet. And he's Elizabeth. It's one and done. It's over.
Perhaps they were old residents. A pair of star-crossed lovers, perhaps. Madame does not allow distracting staff relationships.
Madame does not, but Madame does not decide, you know. That just makes it even more forbidden. And that's lovely stuff. I'm trying to come up with my stream gimmick. B&M, do you need a stream gimmick? I'm afraid to go down this line. I'm like, you don't need a stream gimmick? And they'd be like, well, Danger, is your gimmick not like, you know, being shite or something? Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Love is not something that can be harnessed, so...
Oh, you have a gimmick? I don't have a gimmick. This is a deep layered stream. Get yourself a wee biscuit. It's true. It's true. Stream elements, thank you. Does this mean we're going to get another stream cord as well? Fucking come on. Seamus had Wallace and Gromit. B&M, this is actually something that you can try to rush. I remember Gangrene talking about this as well. You know when you first start streaming? Sup, Consbury, hello to you, welcome in. You should post an everyone announcement, yeah. Hopefully Streamcord has my back. I had to stop myself saying this today, Stephen. Get it said. Get it said, man. That's dangerous. I'm a powder thief. Well, it's originally from Lemmy, isn't it? But I remember doing this myself, and Gangrene said similar, where when you first start streaming, you start being like, I need to have these emotes, I need to have fucking, like, stream banter. And you kind of, you rush into it. So just let things happen naturally. And then, like we didn't force Poirot or kind of Wallace and Gromit into the stream lore. It just happens. So you have to just have faith, I'm wet and grumpy. I got some bargains in the shop. What bargains, bro? Anything nice? Lemmy isn't real, yeah. I just copy everything and I'm proud. It's a shared stream lore I think we all have.
That is Madame's rule, and I wouldn't want to be the one that challenges her on it.
Fair enough, Elizabeth.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
Chiefly duck and sea bass, a wee bit of sea bass. Fucking sea bass reminds me of uncut potato now. So I said I had sea bass once for dinner. And I think every other time in your stream, you fucking having sea bass tonight, mate. Oh god. Okay, right, Elizabeth is 100% shagging. Look. But we'll head into the gaff. R.I.P. for I think they're alive, hopefully, unless I missed it. There are no signs of tampering or forced entry. It was an inside job, of course it was. So sorry about these noises, folks. Gonna mute myself for a sec. Do we have any deductions to make? We do. We do, let's do it. Hope so, otherwise I need an alibi. That's a scary thought to have. I've seen people say that about, like, Xbox Live friends and stuff. Like, people say there's a good chance someone in your Xbox Live friends list has maybe passed away. And I hope not. But there are a couple people who just kind of fell off the face of the earth. But maybe they just, like, got a job or something. Maybe they just stopped being 14 and playing Halo 3. Okay, what are we doing here? Side of the house. A charming looking conservatory, though it doesn't seem as though it's currently being used. Rusted shut. Entered another way. Wooden ladder. Can we link this wooden ladder to... Oh god, you see, this scares me. Front door?
Come, my little grey cells. We must think logically.
Don't do me like that, Poirot. Don't fucking do me like that, man. Right, so what we want to link is Elizabeth and this fucking little bit of love that's going on. If I can see that anywhere, or is that something that comes up later? Unknown culprit. Elizabeth reported theft. Intruder didn't use the lawn. Inspect the garden to advance the investigation. Okay, so we're missing something. We're missing something. And folks, I'm afraid to say it, today I'm drinking a wee bit of Dr. Pepper. Because I finished my Pepsi earlier. But I'm not hating this wee this wee holiday with the Dr. Pep. I'm still having my Pepsi. Dr. Pepper, yeah. Just, I'll change it to drink some pep. Is it full of sugar or zero? Total fucking... I'd rather drink... That's not true. I was going to say I'd rather drink piss than full sugar. I'm not out here drinking full sugar of anything. I'll do it occasionally. I did it last week. I got a takeaway. Got Chinese delivered. And they gave me a full fat Coke. And I drank that. But that, I was already treating myself. If it's day-to-day life, I'm drinking zero. Or I'm not drinking it. And that's a problem I have with Fanta a lot of the time. I would love to be drinking like Fanta or Fanta Lemon. But it's very rarely that you'll kind of see, or I'll see the Fanta Zero kicking about. I have both a can of Pepsi Max and full-fat Pepsi in the fridge. You don't see many full-fat Pepsi drinkers.
Oh,
Such beautiful flowers, I'm glad to see no one carelessly damage them. Clues and evidence are beginning to gather. It would be best that I approach them logically. Yeah, you reckon? Aldi do a decent Fanta copy? In Zero Throat? Yeah. It's a shame we don't have Aldi. At a restaurant, I'll treat myself to a full sugar Fanta lemon. Yeah. You're not on the Club Zero tins? I do get on the Club Zero, but the shop doesn't always have them. Strangely, the shop will have Club Orange Shandy in the Zero, but not have normal Club Orange and Zero. It's a very weird thing. I can walk further down the road and get it, but I'm not always going down there, you know? But I think we've seen everything in here. Let's try and put our brain cells to work. Yeah, side of house, wooden ladder, open window, link it.
magnifique.
Yes, man. I don't really drink tins, Wisecrack, but I had a tin of Pepsi with a KFC I got the other week, and it was so cold and it was so fucking nice that I really have forgotten what it is to really enjoy a good tin of something out of the fridge. So I might treat myself. To something like that soon. I'll let you know. Perhaps another means of entry. I have found no practical or logical way for someone to have reached the window. Perhaps another means of entry was attempted. No sealed access. I don't know exactly what you mean, Poirot. Trellis has been left untouched. Flower bed has been left untouched. Bench carving. L loves E. Can we link this up with Elizabeth? Food on a plaque.
This will not get me any closer.
Shut up. Shut up, Hercule. You've inspected the garden. Unknown culprit. Stolen bracelet.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Thank you. Thank you. I spent fucking ages trying to get that to work. I got some cherry Pepsis in the fridge. I'd rather have Iron Brew. But some prick bought them all, which I go, someone bought every Iron Brew in the shop. That's sad, that. That's sad, that. Intruder didn't use the path.
Is there something I am not...
Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, indeed. I can't link Elizabeth directly. Every single non-diet can. Oh, are you a non-diet drinker? I want drinks to come in bean tins that you have to crack a hole in the top, Christ. Fuck your ring pulse. Well, do you remember... Oh, this is maybe something just in... Whenever I lived in Newcastle in England, there was this thing called Nourishment. And it came in a tin like that. And it was like a protein milk. And I used to drink it religiously. And it had this weird sort of... You could get it in like strawberry or chocolate flavour. But it had this kind of metallic taste. Like kind of it tasted a wee bit of the tin it came in. But loads of protein in it. Loads of nutrients. All your fucking vitamin D and C's and all that shit. And it was lovely. You can't get it here though. Can't get it here, unfortunately. But I recommend it if you see it out and about. And strangely enough, I looked it up on Google, and on the Tesco website, it was in like, maybe like a Jamaican or world food sort of thing. I'm guessing it's not like English in origin. The ledge beneath it appears rather precarious. I found no practical or logical way for someone to have reached the window. Perhaps another means of entry was attempted. Well, I don't really... Someone was led in through the front door, weren't they? I think.
I must take a
That's
different
silly.
approach if I...
That's silly.
What a revelation.
Okay. See, that's something I wouldn't generally think to link them up. Just side door and front door, but neither of the external doors have been damaged or show any signs of an unwanted visitor. He came in the fucking front door. Neither of the external doors have been damaged or show any signs of an unwanted visitor. What can we link this to? What can we link this to? There seems to be conflicting ideas. Stolen bracelet. Worth a great deal. No forced entry?
I cannot see the logic in it.
Oh, Christ. This is going to be the death of me, folks. In total, yes, I had to do quite a lot to get that. I found a playthrough of, Can I pause this? I can't. I found a playthrough of Poirot ABC Murders on YouTube. Recorded the moment of that coming up. Made it into a GIF. And then I had to break it up. And then like change. This is probably no news to anyone who actually regularly does this sort of stuff. But I felt like I was in over my fucking head doing it. But now that I've done it, I feel much more confident to be able to do things like that again. Hello, I have 3 notifications for this stream, so I take it it's going well. Oh yes, welcome in. Yeah, unfortunately Streamcore didn't work the first time. So we popped it on and then it just worked. Touch and extract. Can I link this to can't link it to anything else here, I don't think. But we know that the answer lies in it. How long did it take? I worked on it for most of Tuesday night and a bit of Wednesday. But I did this thing where background to it was a bit like this. So it said thinking, and then the bits in between, if it was a solid background, you could just kind of make the specific color transparent, but it was a couple different fucking colors. So I had to make it into a GIF and then break up into, there was like 150 frames of it. And then there was a lot of kind of artifacts and stuff. So I was going through like 100 of these 150 frames and just individually in Paint 3D, just deleting, kind of erasing the artifacts that came up. It took way too long and I'm sure I didn't need to do it. I'm sure there's a much easier way to do it. But we got it done. What's up, Jill? Trying to make new emotes. For Walking Dead stuff. I think there needs to be an AJ one. I've been locked out of my emote page. For what purpose? Or for what reason? Let me bounce out of here and see if I can make sense of this for myself. The person came through the front door. I do not know. That is strange though. It'll be grand, surely. Know what it might be? See, sometimes when I'm kind of kicking around Twitch, I have to, it'll like randomly just want you to log back in. So you might have to like log out and in or something. But I'm sure it's nothing nefarious. You do not have permissions to access this page. It's probably that. You've probably just hitting on one of their web pages where they're like, this person needs to actually log in, even though they've been logged in for 10 years.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
I could not find signs of an unwanted visitor in the garden. Did someone cover their tracks? No unlawful access through the garden. No forced entry.
Order and method. I must act on thought.
These are quite vague things to have to link up. Is this sexy Poirot? This is sexy Poirot with Alma. Not sexy at the minute, because they're in their police outfit. But hopefully we'll get there. We're just investigating a theft at the minute as well. How you doing, Alma? Every other page is there though. I can change channel points, etc. Very strange. This is sexist. Poirot, totally different. I think I mean, I haven't seen enough of Poirot to know. I think you are a bit of a Poirot head brewer, aren't you? So you could probably tell us. Is he an ally or is he a baddie? I hope he's not a baddie. How have I angered Twitch? Twitch is angering itself recently. Like last night, there was like 10 minutes last night watching Jail stream where we couldn't type in her chat at all. It was very strange. I'm doing fine, thank you. Just finished a wonderful moody French melodrama called Stormy Waters, which I very much enjoyed. Very good. I like the name of it. Anyway, but I'm glad you enjoyed. Is that the only film you've seen today? Right, let me try and work this out. No unlawful access through the garden. Let me just link this up to everything.
I must act on thought.
I'm acting on thought and logic.
I cannot see the logic in.
I can't see the logic in you, mate. You're a piece of shit. At least though, whenever I do it, it marks it out. So I can just kind of spam this until it works. Never off the old Poirot brew, yeah? It is, yeah. We'll watch another later on. Have not yet chosen. Anything catching your eye?
Is there something I must take a different approach.
It'll be this, surely. Why is this flashing up?
Some would say
Okay.
a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Game tells you. Thank you, game. I could not find any sign of an unlawful entry into the house. Will I find signs of an intrusion elsewhere in the grounds? I don't think so.
Another success.
I got an
I
achievement.
never doubted myself.
I never doubted myself. With no obvious signs of a burglar, perhaps I should be looking at those inside for answers. This is not the start I was expecting. There are no signs of an intruder at all. There is something amiss. I must remain vigilant and keep my wits about me. You should. At all times, I reckon. I've got like 200 films downloaded, so no. In fact, it's quite stressful. Regret it. I find that a lot. It's a bit like a game backlog, where I remember downloading loads of films. I had Jacob's Ladder and stuff. This is when I was like first getting into watching films. That's where I was like 16, 17. And you look up, you know, films to watch. There's like Jacob's Ladder, all these fucking films, which I feel like I should have been watching. And then kind of like having games in your Steam library. You just kind of don't watch all of them. Maybe one or two will kind of get through. But you'll end up just... You downloaded the ladder, bro. I did. I'm trying to reach the top, you know? Never seen it. Never watched it. But yeah, very guilty of just ignoring it and just playing new shit that comes out. Or watching new shit. Speaking of, my partner Kristen is back from Korea next Friday. And I want to book for us to go see Halloween Ends, the new Halloween film. And I saw that it's in 4DX in fucking... It was like Cineworld or some shit. And I think that'll probably be a terrible thing. I might not do it, but I am tempted to book the 4DX tickets to it. Just so that our fucking chair will shake whenever someone's getting killed and stuff. I can guarantee they'll do another one after it. Like another sequel. Oh yeah, no, like Halloween franchise I'm sure will never die. I've got no problem with
I have
that.
conducted my initial inspection of the house and grounds. It is now necessary for me to speak with those in the house.
Of course. Thank
The
you.
end of that trilogy, I
I'm
think.
sure Madame Van den Bosch will be happy to hear the police are investigating.
I suspect there will be someone inside who will not be pleased to hear it. Halloween's back as a prequel to the sequel. Well, this, in the Halloween timeline is famously fucking complete nonsense. Where this most recent reboot is a sequel to the first film and not a sequel to the second. But there's films that are made that were sequels to the second film and stuff, you know. I like dumb shit like that. I want 4DX to come back. I want the cinema to embrace how goofy and utterly shite it is. I haven't seen a film in 40x yet, bro. I've got a few friends in work, or work friends, I should say, that have and actually speak quite highly of it. But it sounds like it's good for, you know, if you're going to see a fucking Fast and the Furious film or something, and it's just people flying around corners and just you're getting thrown everywhere, and just it's nonsense basically. I don't imagine a kind of slasher film like Halloween would be the best for it. What the hell? Jello, get fucking glimmed. Amazing, fucking amazing. Hold up, Adam. What's up? Halloween's back, or saw Pacific Rim 2 in 40x. Utterly shite. 10 out of 10, yeah. I never actually saw Pacific Rim 2. I saw the first one when it came out, and I really, really fucking liked that first film. But it was on TV again recently, and I only saw a wee bit of it. But I kind of worried myself thinking, was this film actually shite? And I was just wrong about it. It's Guillermo del Toro, isn't it? And I tend to like his films. I knew someone who thought they bought 4DX tickets by accident when they went to see Titanic. It was just someone pissing on them. No one got pissed on that we know of. The first one is fantastic, Brie. I'm glad. I need to watch it again. Charlie Hunnam is a dog shit actor. That's the blonde guy, is it? Yeah, I really liked the first one. But the second one's not directed by him, isn't it? It's directed by someone else. But they're doing 40x for quite a lot of films. I think they brought out Avatar. I think Marcus might have watched. Get fucking Glim, though. Eat shit with Glim. I think our good friend Marcus might have seen Avatar in 40x. It would have to be something. It's 40x 2D though. I think a lot of them are in 3D. So I'd probably go and see something in 3D if I was going to go the whole hog. I presume this lady is the lady of the house. She holds quite a presence, and from what Mademoiselle Elizabeth has said, she's not one to be on the wrong side of. I must talk with her before beginning my search. Hello. Hello.
Who are you? You are not the commanding officer I requested.
No, dear madame, I am Officer Hercule Poirot. I can assure you that...
Hercule. Jel, how did you get the kind of like disco effect on your GIF? Because I could never work out how to do it.
This will simply not do. I sent Elizabeth to bring me a competent lawman.
Get fucked. Get fucked.
And that is what she has brought, madame. Now, I would like to continue my investigation.
It's a Twitch feature. Oh, of course, yeah. I think my problem was I was trying to get the disco thing on already animated emotes or images, and it doesn't let you do that. Unless it does, and I'm just an idiot. Emotes are the only reason I'm pushing for affiliate. Might stream on Saturday, possibly via them, yes. How far is it just like the viewer average or something you have to do? I think it only works on non-GIFs, yeah. Thank you for saving face there. I understand the bracelet has gone missing. I've been informed that you believe you've caught the culprit. You do not believe there was an intruder in the house. Well, start from the start.
You understand correctly. It is my daughter's bracelet. It is a rather expensive piece.
God, she's a real piece of shit. You're a real piece of shit, Johnny.
And valuable to your daughter, no doubt. It was a gift.
Yes, it was from her late father, my husband, the Viscount, and it has not gone missing. It was stolen.
Love a Viscount. Shout out. I've been informed.
I do not believe so. I know so. It was Florette, the maidservant. I knew I could not trust her.
Of course, of course.
And why is that?
It's the lowly person in the building. I need like 15-ish more follows and a bit under 2 hours of stream time. I'd stream on a few more days. I can just do like quick ones. There's no real... How do you do this shout out thing? Get rattled, lovely stuff. There's a wee shout out for B&M. If anyone's not following, get B&M to affiliate. But you'll get there. You'll get there, I'm sure.
Because I don't. I do not need to explain myself any further.
That get emote is fantastic.
Officer. Don't be ridiculous. I have told you who is guilty. If there had been a break-in, surely it would be your job to stop them.
If it was the case, of course, madame. Although I cannot predict a burglar's movement.
Perhaps then you have proved me right, and you aren't the competent officer I require.
I feel like we're missing a wee bit of like facial animation stuff, because they're over there talking, but we're kind of just sitting at this like visual novel thing. I'd like to see, I want to see the face. I want to see what's going on here. You know, I'm liking this hand movement. Piss in her soup, Majango, I'll do it all. Either arrest her on the spot for being a prime piece of shit. Gloom. We need Esh emote. There was a Poirot based question on the chase earlier. Do you remember it, Lilima? Never have I met someone so adamant that they don't require help from the police. Her accusation against the maid is rather questionable. There must be more to the story, and it is my duty to uncover it.
Merci, madame. You have been most helpful.
Perfect. New mind map unlocked. Madame Van den Bosch was so quick to accuse the maidservant, Florette. I wonder if this hasty accusation hides behind a deeper reason. If something like which character have X actor, I bet you can't get the answer. Is it Hercule Poirot? Which Poirot got a knighthood in 20-something something? Is it fucking your man? Your man from Belfast? From Belfast? Arrest her on the spot. Right, what we're doing. Find out why Cassandra accused Florette so hastily. Cassandra accused Florette, dismisses burglary. She's a piece of shit. She's a piece of shit, basically. Each time you meet a new character, you unlock their character profile. Press Y to view a list of everyone you met so far. Either associated character profile. Okay, I've seen all this. Expanded as you play through the prologue and main story. Press B to backtrack when you're ready. Okay, it's just all stuff that we know. Danger, who's playing tonight? In the soccer. Manchester United are playing Ammonia. I can't remember their full name, but they're a Cypriot team, I believe, managed by Neil Lennon. Was there 2 Poirot questions today? Or 1 yesterday as well? I'm out of the chase game. Don't know, don't really pay attention. It was just on when I was eating my tea. What did you have for tea? Thank you for segueing me there. Elizabeth Paget. We know all this good stuff. She is happy and optimistic, and I believe she may be of great help in my investigation. She's fucking guilty. A lovely Carlos. Carlo's Oven Pizza? Never heard of it. Sounds nice though. I had myself a Tesco frozen pepperoni pizza with a couple of jalapenos from the kind of jar of jalapenos, but there wasn't enough for it to really kind of make a difference. And then just doused in Cholula. Fresh frozen, it is fresh frozen. I'm building the theory at the minute, which I'll let you know, it could fucking blow everything wide open. I think Tesco's frozen pizzas are better than their chilled fridge pizzas. Not like Tesco Finest or anything. I have a feeling that their frozen pizzas are fucking better, man. They're nicer, they're saucier. Give up, Stain. I'm taking this all the way to the top.
Ah,
Various art pieces have been packed and addressed to the auction house. I assume Madame did this. Is it the ZZ ones? I just mean like the actual Tesco, like the things they cost like $1.50. Just Tesco brand. It does not seem to be working. Why would a house of this size be without a working telephone? That is strange, that. For these days, I mean. Portrait of gentleman. Rather impressive portrait, I must say. You must say, indeed. Who is this? Hello, magazine. Is it because you're drunk as fuck when you make the frozen ones? I had a frozen one today for dinner. I was not inebriated, I'm afraid. Wish it was. The ZZ ones are quite nice, Wisecrack. Very filling though. Like they can be a bit oof, you know. There's nothing in particular about this coat. What is in this pocket? There's nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with what, Murray? Nothing wrong with what? The ZZ ones? They're much more dense. There's more eating in them, like. Do a lovely vegan one, yeah. What's the vegan flavour? Hidden inside the coat pocket, although fairly plain, is still an attractive form of jewellery. I wonder if it holds a special significance. Oh, a cheeky ring. Or a gold band, I guess. The frozen versus fresh pizzas. I feel like the frozen pizzas are saucier. There's more tomato sauce in them, and I personally value a good, like, you know, nice bit of sauce. Jackfruit pepperoni or something, fair play. Some of the greatest authors and novels throughout history. Two Garden. Okay, that's how we came in. Unless it's white sauce. God, that white sauce pizza. It's locked and sobbing can be heard inside. I assume Madame has taken the law into her own hands. A rose and crossed arrow symbol adorns the door, perhaps a signal of forbidden love. Come, my little grey cells, let us solve this mystery. We shall. Maybe let the fucking girl out of the locked room. Virtual Bread puts egg on pizza. Each to their own. Yeah, I saw a bit of this chatter. I don't think I've had an egg on pizza, but it's a very kind of common thing. I think it's quite a common thing in like Japan and stuff, isn't it? I'd be open to try an egg on a pizza for sure. Yeah, I was actually considering it the other day myself, because I've got one egg, which I'm sure is probably going off as we speak, that I need to use for something. I get this, but it's wrong. Egg on a pizza can be really nice, yeah. I could see it being good. What sort of pizza though? Just like a normal cheese and tomato, or... Shit, I've got a missing painting. Was it stolen, I wonder, or just a bit of redecorating? Nadia from Bake Off made a breakfast pizza that had a mix of Heinz tomato sauce and brown sauce for the base, ooh, with sausage and an egg on top. Ooh, that sounds great. It sounded disgusting. As I've said, they look quite nice. That sounds fucking good. There was a thing years ago, which I don't think I ever had, but they used to do a Heinz, like, baked bean pizza, didn't they? Back in... Do you? Sitting here eating a reduced Hawaiian pizza anyway. The way you said reduced there made me think it was actually just like a bit of toast or something. This must be the scene of the crime. I was expecting to find clues, not who I must assume is the daughter. I can only hope she is not tampered with the scene. I took a dive into Menace the other day, which I would not go into usually, just purely on the hunt for reduced food. And I got a wee barbecue chicken reduced pizza. No one of the ones that is like not in the box, they've kind of made it themselves. 79p down from a fiver in M&S. Fucking yes, bro, that's unbelievable. That is a huge fucking deal. Got a barbecue chicken one, which was not that much. I think mine was like £3. I went in afternoon, not kind of evening. But, you know, investment cost. I'd already walked into the shop, I wanted to get something. Got it though, it was lovely. And I'm not a huge barbecue pizza person. Barbecue chicken pizza is bomb. It can be. I find they're much more agreeable if it's like an oven pizza. It's good, but if it's like a takeaway, you know, you're paying a restaurant to do it, I find it can be a bit it's a bit full on. Slag Menace all you want. Bargains you can get at the right time are excellent. Hence the duck and sea bass. What time do you think I should go? Because I'd be willing to go more often because they do good food. And I feel like, you know, I love a bargain. I'm just going to listen to Drunk Robin Elliott again. If you need me to shout over the burps. The bottle pop being there. I wasn't sure if someone else had added the kind of the drink pouring sounds themselves. You're off tomorrow. Just hang about all day. Good wise crack. Although I do feel like security are watching me as soon as I walk in there anyway. Remember the first time I went into M&S food? I legit fucking walked out after about 30 seconds of just looking around and going, I've never seen so many kind of like 37-year-old white blonde women who drive Range Rovers at once. There's no one that looks like me, like working class, you know. I ran out of there crying. Did go to one pizza place in my town that was just god awful. Had ordered boneless buffalo wings and it was a nightmare. Yeah, you'd be surprised at how badly they can get stuff like buffalo wings wrong. I got wings from Domino's once and they were not nice. They were not nice at all.
What do you think you're doing in here? Who let you in?
Mademoiselle Angeline, I presume. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Officer Hercule Poirot.
An officer of the law? But what are you doing here? Don't you need to be chasing down the burglar?
With the low. 7-8 is usually good, yeah. That is late. That is possibly as late as they can get. When does M&S close, like 9? Has anyone heard of, there's a new place that's just opened in Belfast called Slim Chickens, which I think is like the Slim's healthy eating place, but just a chicken place. And it looks like the chicken burgers look decent. I looked on it though. And I genuinely think we're all to blame a wee bit for allowing Five Guys to be as expensive as it is. Because that Slim Chickens place is it's a bomb for anything like. And Nando's, yeah. See, I've never even been Nando's, so I don't know the price of it. But that Slim Chickens place, it looks nice, but the fucking prices are wild. It's like, here's 4 chicken strips and chips, and it's like fucking £15. But sure, you get 2 dips with it, you know? And you do some maths to figure out what time to play the Drunk Robin Elliott vid, so it says 9:36 a quid. Oh dear, I thought it was past that for a sec.
Your bracelet has gone missing. It is only correct. I speak with all members of the house and investigate the scene of the crime.
I think that generally though, Nando's is like 11 quid for a quarter of chicken or some bullshit. I will say, Belfast used to be much cheaper than it is. Belfast is very fucking pricey for food, like all over the shop now. And wages haven't gone up. I'm sure it's probably the same elsewhere, but and you have to get your own cutlery. I've never been either. That scares the life out of me. Although I do like if it's somewhere where you don't have to get your. No, I really get very frustrated or a bit it sets off my anxiety. See, when you're sitting in the restaurant and then they leave you forever to just kind of sit there and enjoy your fucking cup of tea or whatever. Give me the bill. Like as soon as I'm done, take the plates and give me the bill, and then I can sit there if I want. But I hate the in-between bit where you have to get someone's attention to get the bill. It fucking actually could make me throw up. I find it really fucking upsetting. 2:58 is when he says it. That means 2 seconds past 21:33. B&M, you've got a full minute to get this right. So I think you'll get there.
If we must.
Merci. I will attempt to take up as little of your time as possible.
Some rat stole my bracelet this morning. Even though it's clear someone has broken in, Maman refused to listen and blamed Florette.
Maman. She used to listen and blamed for it, okay.
You sound very convinced it was taken by someone from outside of the house.
My window was open when I returned. How else can you explain that?
It's a good question. Bracelet in question must have been a particular value to justify such a daring burglary. The check sign motion is great. Strange social practice. What's the check sign motion? Just like that? Oh god. I've got just under an hour. Need to all sync up for Friday fun. Play it as loud as possible. Let the world hear. Well, I'm sure Marcus will play it himself, and we can just turn up the stream. It would be impossible to sync us all up, I think.
It is of great value. Money was no object to father.
It was a gift from your father. I can only assume it holds great value to you also.
You did, thank you. 2 hands like that. We did. For fuck's sake. That's it. Okay, I'll try that. Because I just do, like, you just... Here, excuse me. And it doesn't fucking work. Trying to make intense eye contact with someone.
Of course it does. What a silly thing to say. It's a good thing Maman had it insured with the others.
And you know what upsets me as well is they'll give you the bill and then they'll go away again. And it's like, fair enough. I think it's maybe just something since COVID that I'm probably just going to pay with this by card. You can stick the tip on. They stick the tip on the receipt anyway. But like they'll just go away again. I just have to fucking do it again and try and get someone's attention again. It upsets me.
It must have been while I was down at breakfast with Elizabeth. She was with me all morning.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth was with you until you discovered the bracelet was missing?
She was. She woke me up later than usual. I washed and dressed, and we went down to the lounge for breakfast.
It's so they can give you the bill. No, don't worry. I know why they do it. It's just that I feel now, since the real rise of card payments and stuff, that I feel like if you're paying by card, they put it on the thing anyway. But I digress.
You have been of great help to my
I think I'm just
investigation,
weirder
mademoiselle.
about this sort of stuff than
will
I
do
was before
everything I
COVID.
can to find the culprit and return your bracelet.
Like I'm much less smooth about that sort of stuff than I maybe ever was. Since COVID. A wee mint or two. I do like the wee mint as well. Are we sweet? It's people like me, it's fault. I pay card. Always tip cash, yeah. Are you sure? They don't kind of stick. So I always feel like, I feel a bit bad about this, and then you have a look at your receipt and it tells you that you've paid a certain amount, as a tip on card anyway. Okay, so her window was open, but I reckon they just came in and left. This window is a fucking... It's a red herring. Angeline confirms burglary. Valuables are insured. Angeline's morning. She arrived for breakfast. Servers love you for it, most likely. Sincerely, I don't trust the establishments. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true. I just don't be kicking around with cash anymore. I always feel bad. I paid with something for cash, because I noticed I had some cash sitting about. I paid for something in the shop and handed the girl the money, and I felt like fucking, still like I'm fucking, here's some COVID in my hands,
Oh.
I get you, yeah, I felt like, it could be completely imagined, but I felt like I saw a slight look on her face of like, oh fuck cash, fuck this. It's been left out oddly, not replaced in its stand. The ending has a hooked spike. What further use could it have? To kill. Great for picking your toenails, I'm guessing. Broken glass? Would someone broke the window?
Aha.
Rather irresponsible and dangerous to leave it in the state, whether one's in a rush or not. The burglar really should have cleaned up the broken glass, to be fair. Photograph of gentleman.
Aha.
Judging by the cracked glass, it must have been recently dropped, okay. Who's this? Is this the Da? One window.
Ah.
The frame is noticeably cracked. Furthermore, the internal latch shows it has been opened from inside, rather forcefully, I must add. Okay. Perfect. We're building the mystery. Does anyone have any nice weekend plans for the weekend? God, I'm off tomorrow. I don't have anything really planned, but I might get some stuff in and cook dinner tomorrow night. If I've got the time, instead of ordering a takeaway. And then maybe play something. Could watch a wee movie. Something has obviously resided here for some time, only moved recently. And apparently, Wisecrack was saying that our hairdresser is back from holiday. Bless him. He goes on holiday for about a month and a half every 2 weeks. So I need to catch him before he goes again.
Huh.
It's covered in a black powder. It would not be too much of an assumption to think this has come from dealing with the fireplace. Fireplace in the bedroom is an interesting one. This must keep the room rather snug on a cold evening. Suppose they didn't have electric blankets or anything like that. Yeah, I think we've investigated this room. And we've got some more to talk to her about. Do we have any connections to make? God. Oh God. This stuff scares me. Talk to Cassandra and Elizabeth. Okay, we can go out and continue this. I'm on the hunt for a bike. Hopefully she'll be able to get one over winter. When they're not so popular. That's an interesting shout. I think I was saying this last stream.
The longer you are here, the further the criminal goes with my bracelet. But by all means, fire away.
I'd love to get a bike or something. I could never see myself getting into running. But I could see myself going for a recycle. Besides the bracelet, have you noticed anything else missing? Good question.
Is one bracelet not enough?
Please, mademoiselle, I only ask that you're sure.
I have checked everywhere. You can ask Elizabeth if you don't believe me. It is only my bracelet that is missing.
Okay, perfect.
As I have stated, it is my duty to speak with every member of the house, and I would not want to have discovered a further missing piece later. You have been of great help to my investigation, mademoiselle.
Why did I unmute?
I will do everything
Why did
I can to
unmute?
find the culprit and return your bracelet.
Fuck's sake. I'd be on my bike more often if there was more cycling past. There was more than cycling past people's houses on offer. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. There's not real. I don't have a huge amount of greenery in my near vicinity. He fucks, Trippy. He fucks. Poirot fucks for sure. Maybe not yet, but he will. Trippy, hope you're doing well, dude. It's good to see you. Total, where are you? Oh, fuck. Ooh. Steve, Lils, thank you so fucking much for 15 months. Very, very kind of you. Let's go, Cayman. Let's go. Lils and Trippy, how are you staying tonight? Trippy, have you been out of country? I hope you're doing well tonight. We're playing Poirot. Young Poirot. You're seeing young Poirot here, folks. And that's the back of him there. Doesn't exactly kind of match up. But I'm hoping if we can get him out of this weird fucking hotel chauffeur looking dude outfit. and get a nice garb on the go, we'll really start to feel the charisma of Poirot. You look at Steen, oh, is that the dashing young lad? It is indeed. I've been back for 2 weeks. Real life shit until our next tour in February. That's a good amount of time though. Slinging those babies, Jimmy, yes man. That's a good amount of time. Because I'm sure it is fucking melting for you. Having to kind of, you know, like I'm sure it is class to see the world and shit. But I was thinking myself with Kristen being in Korea and stuff, that's a bit shit to be leaving each other for a couple of weeks at a time, you know. The prize is money, Trippy, always. You've been of great help to my investigation. So what happened in this investigation so far? There's been no murders yet. Just a stolen bracelet taken from some rich cunts. Nothing big yet. Do not care for him being away, Lils? Yeah. I can imagine for sure. But you got a good few months now. It looks like there's something underneath that desk, doesn't there? Is it just like a weird light or something? Did I look at this?
Ah.
I believe I've found everything here that can help me uncover the truth. Perhaps I must consider what exactly these clues mean. Don't make me do this. Don't make me do this game.
The longer you are here, the further the criminal goes with my bracelet. But by all means, fire away.
I can eat shit.
You have been of great help to...
So far, the story is Poirot was like a shit police person. And they're just kind of... I think they maybe got someone killed or something. It's very vaguely told the story at the very start of the game. Through like newspaper headlines. But he's basically just a shit on the street policeman. And he's come upon this kind of theft that's happened. And it's just a stolen bracelet at the minute, but I can guarantee there will be deaths here. There has to be. But we've got to do some detecting here. Oh, this mind map scares me so much. Find out why Cassandra accused Fleurette so hastily. So Fleurette... Cassandra accused Fleurette. What did Fleurette do? I haven't really spoken to Fleurette yet. Open glass, nothing else was taken. Rectangular dust recess. Oh, that's the painting and stuff. Jewelry box open. So there's only one piece of jewelry was taken. Like young Indiana Jones, but Poirot in a game, yeah. Did they never do like a young Poirot in the TV show or anything? No. Just delicately framed photograph, but it's missing its protective layer of glass. But why? It's a good question, that. Appears this morning's weather was severe enough to shake the house to its core. A smattering of soot has fallen from the chimney. Cleaning rag, covered in black powder. Banded poker been left out, oddly not replaced. Ending has a hooked spike. What further use could have? Well, did they do the poker to the broken glass?
Order and method. That is the...
No, shush. Okay, we'll bounce out of here and go back and talk to someone. I did a young Poirot back. Then he would have been 32 or something, yeah. And I'm not sure what age he's meant to be in this. It's a good question, actually. I will go down and talk to the Mademoiselle again. How old is regular Poirot? Another good question. He's kind of it's a bit like Dracula, where he's probably hundreds of years old.
Really, officer, you are wasting both your time and mine.
Would you permit me to enter the lounge? I couldn't help but admire the handsome monsieur in the portrait on the wall.
And what is your point?
Who is it?
May I ask of the subject?
Feast non grave period cells, yeah.
You may not. Honestly, your prying is getting on my last nerve. Only if you are prepared to take Florette away.
Poirot is one of those figures you see in the background of famous historical
It
moments,
is an
yes.
offense to incarcerate someone without suitable proof of misdeeds. I must question Mademoiselle Florette to...
If you...
I will. She shall remain there, and I'll keyhold her until she is led from the room in handcuffs.
Merci, madame. You have been most helpful.
A rose and arrow. Did I get the key for this? No. Did I not get the key from her? I stand by my earlier statement of arresting her. Yeah, she's a fucking wrong one, for sure, like. I can't get into this room yet. Poor girl's been locked up.
Really?
Okay.
Merci.
Right, we're gonna have to do this, folks. I'm so scared. Find out why Cassandra accused Florette so hastily. Talk to Cassandra and Elizabeth. Do I need to speak to Elizabeth again, maybe? Let's go out. Get glimped, we're getting glimped.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth, I hope you are feeling less distressed now. I can assure you I shall find the guilty party and the bracelet.
Thank you, officer. Yes. All I want is for Florette to be heard.
Bien sûr. Rest assured she will get the fair trial she deserves. I wonder if you could help me with some questions regarding the house.
Of course. Whatever I can do to help.
So there's a girl who's locked up, Florette, who we don't reckon did the crime. I can guarantee almost that she didn't do the crime. There's sobbing coming from behind the locked lounge
When
door.
I left, Madame was with Florette in there. Surely she would not have locked her in. It must have been an accident.
Madame Vandenbosch should not be deciding her fate. Would you grant me access to speak with her?
Look at the serious Poirot on the side.
I would, sir, but I don't have the key. There is a spare somewhere, though. Oh, how awful, the thought of her locked in there.
There's a spur. Perfect.
Do you have any thoughts as to where I may find it?
I'm sorry. Madame does not trust the staff with such knowledge, even me. Although I did overhear her once say it was hidden
For
somewhere,
fuck's sake.
close to her heart. Whatever that means.
Ooh, grumpy, ooh, thoughtful, yeah. I am filled with sorrow for the young girl trapped in the lounge. I must admit, I have missed the thrill of solving a good puzzle. Perhaps the countryside is not as tedious as it seems on the surface. Did you notice anything missing when
Though
you
I've heard
returned?
of it, I don't recall seeing her memento tin.
Oh yeah. Memento tin. Could this have been what usually resides on the desk in Mademoiselle's bedroom?
She holds her keepsakes from her father and other gifts or tokens in it. She has such a wonderful collection. She's very lucky. She normally keeps it close, but I didn't see it this morning.
You can only have deep thoughts when you place hand to chin. Do people without facial hair do this? I guess people do. Like, if I'm in thought about something, I will do a wee pull. Not too deep though. Or do a wee kind of moustache touch. And maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. But it's comforting. I guess you might have a different, like, kind of run a bit of your hair round in circles or something. Normally sees it
Merci,
close.
mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
Okay. I think we have to work some stuff out here. Valuables are insured. Confirms theft. Elizabeth confirmed spur key. So can we link this with something else? I guess not. Confirms theft. Strange symbol on the door. Valuables are insured. Can we link this with anything? Don't know if we can. I tug on my eyebrows violently. I twiddle my hairlills, yeah. I saw a thing on Twitter earlier about how people shouldn't be like shaving their eyebrows off because apparently they might not come back. And as someone who had their eyebrows shaven a couple times when I was younger, when I was asleep. It concerned me, but they're still there. But I wonder if they're not at full power, you know. I both pull my hair, pull your hair, stroke my chin, not at the same time, and you rub your tummy and pat your head. That's lovely. Valuables are insured. I don't know how much there is to... If you pluck them too much, they give up. I think someone did clarify it was the plucking rather than just straight up shaving them, maybe. Hidden with the ermine trout gel. I think we've done everything here. Cassandra's not giving us anything. Shaving them should make them come back thicker. Now, this was something that I wasn't sure. I've been told this before, but also been told that that is not true. Because I know people would say, oh, if you want to grow facial hair, just keep shaving, because it grows back. And I've also heard people say that that's not true. I don't know. Why intriguing? Yeah, I'm not sure. It could be something that is like, that's an accepted fact. That is true. But I don't know. I don't Google these things. I just go on stream and talk about it. It must be bollocks. I still don't grow hair on my cheeks. And I'm almost 30. What are you doing shaving yours for? Haha. Dry shaving has definitely helped my beard grow thicker. Do you think so? Because I had a friend who grew a good beard, like, you know, was maybe one of the first ones that I remember growing up, like 18, 19, and he grew a good beard, and he said that he just fucking, over the course of a summer, just was shaving regularly and stuff, and that's how it happened. But then someone else said that sort of thing doesn't actually help. I don't know. Sandra dismisses burglary. We've got 2 links to make here.
Come, my little grey cells.
I think after a certain while, the things will kind of flash at us to be like, yo, you should be looking at this. Sounds quite sad to say it out loud.
Try and get our brain cells to work.
Thank you, Adam. I'm trying. I find something like this quite overwhelming. And this is kind of a wee bit of what I was afraid of. I liked the old Poirot. Although we did do some guesswork in Poirot as well, linking things together. But there's a lot of options to link together here. Sounds quite sad to say it out loud. 100% my best feature is your eyebrows, Trippy. Yeah, I haven't got a good look at you, to know. But it is good to have good brows. I had to shave my hair off back in my youth. I think it definitely made it grow back much thicker. Hair doesn't seem to come from anywhere in the family. They are striking those brows. Those could see them from a mile away. That's interesting. I'll have to Google that, or if someone else wants to, and let us know if it's confirmed fact. Madame was hesitant to give me the subject of the portrait. Gold band, hidden inside the coat pocket, although fairly plain, is still an attractive item of jewellery. Wonder if it holds a special significance. I don't know, mate. Wrote on a plaque. Touch and extract taken from Romeo and Juliet, expertly carved. Strange symbol. I honestly don't know. Let's just fucking link up some shit.
This will not get me any...
And then it'll hopefully tell me what to fucking link up. Because I'm at a loss right now. Maybe we'll bounce out and try this one. Investigate the crime scene. Fallen suit. Open jewellery box. There was an opportunity to take more than just a bracelet. We'll add that up with nothing else was taken.
This will not get me any...
Oh, something else was missing. According to Elizabeth, Angeline's memento tin where she keeps her precious namesakes is also missing. Presumably Angeline knows about this.
Order and method.
Christ. Open window. Oh. Unprotected. Broken glass.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of
Thank you,
deduction.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Oh dear. It seems the photograph fell on the floor. Angeline replaced it. This is quite complex. It is, Lils. It's just, I feel like there's maybe a bit of fluff here, where there's a lot of things that aren't going to be ever linked. And then you're kind of just looking at them like, right, where do I even start on this? Whereas the last game gave you like, here's 3 things that you have to link together. And which I liked a bit more. Talk to Angeline. We've got one more thing to link. Abandoned poker. I feel like something else is missing. Can we link that with the what do you call it? I don't know. Something else is missing and nothing else was taken. Should I maybe might have to talk to her more about this. Disapprove of fluff? I do as well. Broken glass and
I
cleaning
must
rag?
take a different approach.
Angeline confirms burglary. Valuables are insured. Angeline's mourning. Arrived for breakfast.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
It was forced open, and looking at the poker I cannot see a delicate way it could have been done. Who would do such a thing and why? We've done that. Someone forced the window open from inside. Perfect. You reckon this translates to Poirot's investigation skills? At a young age, his mind was clouded with irrelevant details. Yeah. Telling the story through the gameplay, that's beautiful. I've got 2 things to link here. Auction crate, collection of
I must act on...
missing painting.
Come, my little Grace.
I'm just doing these things because it eventually tells me what to link together.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of the...
Madame is selling a great deal of her collection. Perhaps there's more to this than just redecorating. Possibly. Selling heirlooms. I saw the quote on the plaque was lit up before there. I don't know what that would be linked to.
Is there something I am...
Apologies for this, folks. We'll get better at it. Unknown subject. Portrait of gentleman. Linked to the quote on the
I
plaque.
cannot see the logic in it.
Arrow there.
Magnifique.
Benismo. It seems someone in the house has a keen interest in the works of William Shakespeare. Can you zoom in any? Apologies. I will do. I've got an interest in Shakespeare. I'm zooming in a wee bit there. Seems someone in the house has an interest in the works of William Shakespeare. I don't know if we can link that up with something else. Is it maybe the person, the gentleman?
I must take a different...
Oh, I can link that up probably again with unknown subject.
Is there something...
Or the game will just tell me. Collection of classic novels.
Order and method.
Dreadful stuff. Right, what am I supposed to... Elizabeth can... Right, okay, interest in Shakespeare. Elizabeth confirmed spur key. Why the fuck would I link that?
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Why the fuck, excuse my language, would I link those 2 things? The key is just great enough to hide almost anywhere, even inside a book. Hidden inside a Shakespeare book? Talk to Elizabeth? Okay, let's go talk to Elizabeth. Trust the process? No, this process is sucking doing my head in. Okay, let's go talk to Elizabeth. You got any nice plans for the weekend, Wisecrack?
Certainly, officer.
So trust the Poirot says. I like that. I like that. That's good shit. The house contained a great deal of literature. Are you all keen readers?
Madame is the one with the refined taste. Angeline and I are much more partial to a simple love story.
Oh yeah. Is that right? I wouldn't like to speak about someone else like that.
Aren't we all? Romeo and Juliet, the most famous of love stories.
Or Luke and Elizabeth.
I do enjoy it so. The passion, the romance. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Madame has a copy upstairs in the main hall.
She really fucking enjoys this book. Fair play. No plans as of yet. Kind of fancy going ice skating at some point, yeah. Do you think the little one could do it okay? Suppose smaller centre of gravity. I know we always struggle with the wisecrack. I was terrible at ice skating. I don't know if there's anyone here who was any good at it. But I feel like being tall, it's harder to do that shit. Because there's more points of failure. They've got wee penguin things to hold on to. That sounds class.
Menace,
I was pretty sweet from what I recall.
Your
Yeah.
assistance has been invaluable.
Is that right? Is that right? I've never been tall. Sorry. Were you any good at ice skating though? Oh shit, I did not listen to that. I did not listen. Inspect the upstairs hall, can do. I'm entirely useless to your survey. No, I just wanted to know if anyone's good at ice skating. Or even has lived a life where upon they have done such an act. You know? Have a look at these books. I used to be a sick rollerblader, bro. Transferable skills. Surely you weren't, Wisecrack. I was terrible at rollerblading as well. But we had these rollerblades which had very tall, very big fucking wheels. You know, they didn't have the nice wide ones. I feel like I rolled my ankle on those rollerblades all the time. So if you were good at that, fair play. I don't know. I think you're maybe misremembering though. Not to shit on your childhood. Never tried to? Yeah, I think I've only been there once and just kind of held the edge a lot. You're rewriting history here, shame. I do think, I wish maybe, the same whenever we went like bowling and stuff. Remember growing up and maybe being a wee bit old enough where I shouldn't be using the fucking, you know, you could just put the ball on the rails and push it down. I honestly don't know if I've ever been bowling properly as an adult. My only experience of bowling has really been using that thing. The wee ball slide, I've definitely like tried it. But I don't know if I've done it properly. And it's a shame that it's the same with ice skating. I should have been told, son, just go in the middle. And fucking, if you fall over, you fall over. But you'll get over it. I got okay at ice skating. It didn't go for a couple of years. Then couldn't be arsed. Just went to the scooter section of the same venue, yeah. You ever done wee bowling? That's the only bowling you need. I fucking love wee bowling. I've been tempted to pick up a Nintendo Wii actually. Because I imagine they are cheap in like CX and stuff. The bowling sniper attachment, yeah. Without the sides up, I either get 9 pins or 0. Sides up being like it can't fall into the side. Oh, without the sides up? Okay, I get you, sorry. Yeah, I've never done it. Maybe that's an activity I should do. Here's the key, perfect. Okay, so she likes the Shakespeare books, she keeps the... She's going to be raging when she sees I open this fucking door right in front of her. With the key I've just stolen. But she can eat shit. You watching me?
Finally, it is unlocked.
What exactly do you think you're doing?
Fucking eat shit, Cassandra, come
If
on.
I am to serve justice, I must be able to reach and talk with young Florette.
The girl is guilty and shall pay the price for her crime. I shall see to that. If you wish to listen to her feeble attempts to explain herself, so be it.
Everyone
off.
deserves to tell their side of the story, whether a feeble account or not.
Feeble, that's quite a harsh word. You would hate for someone to describe something you've done as feeble. If you have enough people, you can use someone was a ramp thing. You can use someone as a ramp thing, like in the music video for My Own Worst Enemy, or My Own Worst Enemy by Lit. I do not know the song of which you speak, being there. Is it like a rock song? At last I'm able to speak with the accused and hear her version of events. I still have a number of questions. Perhaps she may hold the answers. Perhaps. That looks quite small here. Oh, a lovely wee tray of treats. What do we have here? Fuck, is that meant to be, man? Some garlic mushrooms, maybe? When did breaded garlic mushrooms get invented, do you reckon? At what point in human history were we chowing down on those? And maybe like cheese mozzarella dippers?
Mademoiselle Florette, I presume.
Please, officer. I did nothing wrong. You can't take me away.
1907, yeah. Looks like one single huge croissant. Yeah, it did. It looks... They look separated in a weird way though. Like they're kind of like twister fries or something.
Please relax, my dear. If you have done nothing wrong, you have nothing to worry about. But it is my duty to investigate all avenues. Ah bon?
Relax. So you don't think I took the bracelet?
As of this moment, I
Not
cannot
at
say.
all.
But answering my questions honestly will certainly help your case either way.
You're the accused. Why don't you begin by giving me your account of this morning?
I didn't even know it was missing till I got accused of taking it.
You've reminded
Madame
me,
was
Liz.
so angry. She wouldn't listen to me.
Thought the line was over there. Scorn out tomorrow. Streaming that on Saturday. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what the fucking crack is with that. That could be fucking good. It looks very fucking weird. I was saying on Tuesday I watched a YouTube video of it. It was like 10 minutes of gameplay, Lils, and I was flicking through it. I didn't want to just sit and watch it. I was flicking through it and I honestly don't know what's going on. It's weird as fuck. It's very weird. It's very squishy, which might turn people off. But yeah, I'm not too familiar with kind of the works that it's inspired by and stuff, but it looks fucking weird. And it looks very moist. Yeah. There's a lot of walls that kind of have like human fleshy sort of elements to it. It'll be weird. I'm hoping that there's a good bit of story to it, or even sort of any amount of story, because I haven't really seen much of that sort of thing in the kind of pre-release stuff. So I'm hoping there's some weird shit going on.
There must be some reasoning behind her accusation.
How could I have taken it? I've been in town most of the morning.
Alibi.
I was even late coming back. Then I was preparing breakfast.
Preparing breakfast. Preparing breakfast that the young lady ate with Mademoiselle, which means that everyone was downstairs except for the gardener who was upstairs committing crimes. I think there is, but fuck knows what it is, as long as there is something to it. Because I would hate for it to be like, here's a really vague game, you know, and the kind of, you know, all style, no substance. I think things try to get away with that, where there's nothing really going on, but because they don't tell you that there's nothing going on, they're like, ooh, maybe something is though. Maybe we've just been playing kind of, you know, lower budget horror games. So much to do. What exactly were you tasked with this morning?
Rihanna the cook is away, so I had to fetch breakfast for the house and prepare it all myself. How does she expect me to do that all on my own?
The cook is away.
From what I understand of Madame Van den Bosch, she would not have been best pleased you returned late for breakfast.
It's true.
Not best pleased? I thought she was going to batter me to death with a baguette. I hid in the kitchen and then tried to stay out of sight in the lounge until breakfast was over. didn't want to put my head near her jaws while she was still hungry.
Okay.
Perhaps a brave move under the circumstances. And you did not go upstairs at all.
Okay, so she's come back late, and there's something missing. So she's obviously blamed her. 'Cause she's
Madame
also a
was
lowly
sinking a
employee.
hole in the back of my apron with her glare. I daren't have moved. I was too scared to blink the wrong way. Never mind stamping upstairs.
In this morning's rain, I assume you would have hurried your duties.
I
It did
must
rain this
just
morning,
be
to be
slow,
fair.
Monsieur. My mother always said I moved like the snail. Maybe I was just happy to be out of the house.
I struggle to believe you would risk catching a cold in such conditions for a little fresh air. True. Perhaps you were overcome by the volume of the tasks at hand. Say about the fresh air.
Now I am being accused of avoiding my duties? Mais enfin!
Mes enfants. What does that mean?
Merci. I shall take everything you have told me into consideration.
Okay, did I fuck that? It means get glimmed. I'm waiting for it. Now that I've finally met, get glimmed, of course. Fantastic. Thank you so much. It's interesting that that has a translation. Now that I've finally met young Fleurette, I should work to ascertain her innocence or guilt. Okay, Fleurette's been crying. Fleurette was dawdling. Fleurette got breakfast. It happened ages ago, didn't it? Yeah, there's no links to be made here. But there is a link to be made somewhere else in here. It actually says there's no links to be made here. Do you have to keep talking to other people? It's an ancient word. To glim. Slip for collecting a garment from Goosens & Co. tailors in town. Dated today. Evidence. Please bring your receipt with you when you come to collect your garments. The requested will be completed by end of day Monday. Available for collection Tuesday. Perfect. That's evidence right there. Wonder who the wine connoisseur of the house is. A vintage like this would fetch quite a price. Poirot, get a wee swig down you. I will make sure we've seen everything here. I do not always agree with the telephone companies and their charges, but ignoring the bills will not make them disappear. Despite our best efforts to contact you regarding your amount, or your account, we have not received any response. With that in mind, you are being served a formal notice of 30 days to make a full payment. If you would like to discuss the matter or any other questions, please contact us immediately. Bell Telephone Company. So there's a question here about whether or not they're one bracelet though. They really try to get the insurance money off one bracelet. But the question's there.
Oh.
The initials EP suggest this is Elizabeth's. A nasty black suit smudge is apparent. Why would such a delicate item be used on such a stubborn stain? Elizabeth has been up in her room. Mange merde, shit eater in French. May it designate the person who likes to eat fast food. Mange merde, that's great. That's great. It's Elizabeth's new EP. I look forward to hearing it. A wrapped parcel completely soaked through. I hope it has not ruined the contents. We could get the Mange merde emote on the go once we pivot to avec danger. Is not ruin the contents. So that is clearly a parcel that she has gotten when she was on the walk. Spend my morning in front of Mrs. Aubert's boulangerie, taking in the smell. What is it? Poker stand without a fire poker is rather useless. Where could it be? It's upstairs. Straight fire poker shouldn't be too hard to find. Come, my little grey cells. Mate, it's upstairs, mate. To receive such a note of devotion and love must be a delight. Signed from Luke. To whom is his love? I wonder indeed. My love, it is an obligation that has taken me away from you, but it is my heart that will keep us forever. My aunt is in much better health, rest, and some company has done her wonders. I hope to return to you my duties at the house in a matter of days. Until then, keep well, and know that you're always in my thoughts. I find the chocolate in a pain au chocolat often too dark. and bitter for my taste. Is that true? I wouldn't often have them. I got one from Tesco Bakery. When I was in town a couple of weeks ago, I just walked in. I wasn't planning to get one, but the smell took hold. It's a powerful smell, the bakery. And I grabbed one. And I didn't have that complaint. I mean, it was actually lovely. Actually making myself a wee bit hungry here. Personalised handkerchief. Why would such a delicate item? Abandoned poker. Can I link this anywhere else? It'll be hard to. Personalised handkerchief and fallen suit.
I must act on.
I think now that the story's unfolding a wee bit, I feel like I know better how to link stuff together, but I'm about to prove that wrong to you. Love a pano raisin myself? I've never heard of that. Have a recurring dream that there's a lovely bakery in Chester that looks delicious, but I never go in. Can someone psychoanalyze this? You probably could. Maybe there's something that you're interested in, but you've never, you've never dived in. And you're thinking to yourself, maybe I should. Maybe the baked goods are delicious. Maybe you want to watch professional wrestling and you just haven't given it the chance yet. Talk to Angeline? Okay. Is there something to link in here? There's one thing to link in here. Ignoring their bills. Can we link this over to the telephone?
Another success.
Fucking come on.
I never doubted myself.
You deny yourself the pleasures of life, yeah? Could eat my weight in cinnamon swirls, yeah? Don't think I've ever, I'm sure I've had one or two. My work used to do like a coffee morning where they'd get loads of fucking stuff in from the bakery. Just for us to kind of have at it. And it was a lovely treat, to be fair. But of course they don't do that anymore. And long COVID. I'm not surprised the telephone does not work. One cannot just ignore financial responsibilities. It's also one of those things, once you think about it, you're like, oh, my work is great. They have a fucking coffee morning where they get me a fucking pan au chocolat, but they pay me under fucking living wage, But they're all right. And there's a nice bakery. I can't remember where it is though. It's more in the studenty area. Bit out of the way. I never think to go into like a local bakery. I find that a bit scarier than just going into a Greg's or something. But there's some gems to be found. Financial responsibilities ignored. Valuables are insured.
Come, my little grey
No. Come, my little grey cells. Let me see.
What a revelation!
What? Do Jeffers still do a nice stew? I was thinking about this so recently, Wisecrack, like the other night. Especially a good one with the sort of custard stuff in it. Pano raisin is like a twirl of puff pastry with raisins and like custard stuff in it. That sounds interesting. Never heard of it. Got Rob and Elliot drunk on. I think I've got the timing just right. Godspeed, B&M. Godspeed. The family must be in a far worse position than I thought. I wonder if such desperation led to drastic actions. Cassandra is desperate for money. Valuables are insured.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Fucking come on. It cannot be a coincidence that what is not being sold has recently been insured. There's more to Madame Van den Bosch's accusation of Florette than it seems. A young maid would make for the perfect scapegoat, and with such coincidental time in insuring the bracelet, there are still questions to be asked. Cassandra can eat shit. Yes, ma. Theft fits Cassandra's insurance scam. Talk to Cassandra. Yes. We're gonna get her fucking sent down. Confirm Florette's innocence or guilt. Selection of pastries. Breakfast selection, largely untouched. Theft fits Cassandra's insurance scam. Fred got breakfast. I don't know if I should be doing this yet. Dress label. Package is addressed. She went and picked it up.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Smashing this. It seems someone collected this by hand. Who, I wonder? Fleurette. Formal suit. Amended male suit inside. Perhaps it has sentimental value. Note from Luke? No, it wouldn't be.
Logic.
I'd link that all the way over to the gentleman. Love a custard donut? You see, I'm a simple man. I like a jam donut. Or maybe a chocolate one. I think it might actually know where you mean. If you mean the road that leads away from the university. Docs on each other in chat. Go up to a cheese croissant with a cheese filling. It's weird. That sounds good. Although I'm weirdly kind of imagining it to be like a sweet. I think it's underrated, like a cheese fucking bake from Greg's. Fucking the cheese and onion, so nice. I appreciate the idea. The execution is not good, yeah. Maybe save that for the cheese bake. Personalised handkerchief. We've got another 2 things to link here. Fleurette got breakfast. Fleurette has been crying. I mean, these are obvious.
This will not get me any.
I like Greg's caramel custards. I've never had anything sweet from Greg's. I think they do a nice donut, don't they? Ignoring the bills will not make them disappear. Poker stand, abandoned poker.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Yes, ma. It seems Angeline may have been the last one to use this. Sorry, I need to zoom in for you folks. Wine bottle. Brett claims innocence. Brett got breakfast.
I must act on thought.
I don't know why the breakfast selection. Largely untouched. Unless they plan on eating these for every meal, there's more than enough for those in the house. Poker was moved. Seems Angeline may have been the last one to use this. I wonder. Wonder indeed. Cheese and ham croissants are a thing in Spain. I love them. It's a classic combo, the cheese and ham. I could see that being nice. I don't know, I'm a simple man. I do like just chocolate in it. I love cheese and ham croissant. So on Garden Lane, Uni Bakery, Antipogler. They do a lovely yum yum, yeah. No, it is. Greg's would be something I would get much more often, but I'm not really walking around in town much. And I feel like to get like 15 quid's worth of Greg's delivered, it's a bit of fucking overkill, isn't it? So I just never get to partake in it. I do really like it though. What's up, Danger? Hope we're doing well. Funk, how's it going, dude? I'm not doing too bad. We're playing Poirot here. Young Poirot is in action. And we're trying to work things out. We're trying to detect shit. But it's scary. Selected by hand.
I must take a different.
It's definitely from Fleurette.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Bacon and cream cheese croissants, that does sound nice. The soda bread with the cheese and bacon in it is glorious. I've never had that either, Wisecrack. I'm fucking uncultured. What do people feel about like that cheesy bread where the cheese is kind of melted on the top? You can get kind of like baps of it. I don't really know if it's that kind of like that good. I feel like it's an unnecessary thing. I like the sofa. I don't know if I can eat a whole one. Lovely stuff. Elizabeth must have requested Fleurette's assistance, causing her to run late. I doubt Madame was happy about this. Okay. Fucking did that job. Smashed it. Need to talk to Angeline. Like a cheesy roll, you know, like a burger bun sort of thing. We would call it a bap. There's like melted cheese on the top of it. You'd get that in certain bakeries and stuff, or like a Tesco bakery. I don't really get it. Like cheese on toast butter roll. You know what I mean, surely.
Anything to show you I didn't do it. And Madame, I need this job, monsieur.
Honestly, no. Wisecrack, you know what I'm talking about. I know what you mean, Lennon. Well, thank you. Thank you. Was it you who collected the parcel this morning while in town?
Yes. Another thing on my to-do list. I'm afraid it's not in the same condition as when I picked it up.
At whose request?
It was a favor for Lizzie. I didn't mind having to get it.
Lovely stuff.
Merci. I shall take everything.
Know what you mean?
have
The
told
Tesco
me
one has
into
bits of
consideration.
cheese in it. Maybe it does have bits of cheese in it. I only ever noticed it like on the very top of the bun. It's not like I disliked it. It just felt a bit unnecessary. I didn't listen to that. Funk, I hope you're doing well, dude. Happy Thursday to you. It's almost Friday, which means it's almost the weekend. Good for having with the soup. I could see that. I could see that. Has anyone, I suppose, you were talking about this recently. I thought it was soup season, but I feel like soup season has come and gone. The food influencers, the recipe makers were handing out soup recipes, but I haven't made a soup yet. I don't know if I will. Don't know if I will, honestly. There's one more thing to link here. Has something new appeared? Confirms Angeline remains adamant that burglar is responsible. Angeline's mourning. I'm deep in soup season. Not making, just eating. yeah. Oh, that's fair. Still well and truly soup o'clock. Yeah, it's just that maybe I thought I'd be swept up in the soup making. Have you ever made a croque monsieur? I don't believe I have. Let me Google this. Oh, yes. It's kind of like, I don't think I have. It looks good. Are you a fan of it, Funk? I know we've talked about our soup and sandwich combos. Every casserole dish of mine turns into a soup if that counts. You need to let that shit simmer. Favorite soup? If store-bought, I don't think you can beat a good tomato soup. I do love, my mum makes a very good butternut squash. Very good one, which I'd love to try and make myself. Talk to Elizabeth and Florette, okay. Let's talk to Elizabeth again, I guess. Have you ever crocked my nuts? Lovely stuff. Bro, I don't know if you were here on Saturday night. I had the title of my stream as Indie Horror Night. And someone came in and asked me if I liked indies. Indies not schemo. It was great stuff. It was great stuff. Very brew-esque.
Really, officer, you are wasting both your time and mine.
Oh shit. Asked to have a fuckload of potatoes in classic vegetable soup. Yeah, wisecrack. Like a chicken vegetable. Just ham sandwich pretty much. Cheese toasted on top. Top tier soup sandwich, Funk, yeah. It is. It's a tough one, the soup sandwich combo. I used to do it, or like doing it with like a bacon sandwich with a tomato soup. But sometimes you can overdo it. You can dip the sandwich too much in the soup, and then you kind of start to appreciate the sandwich on its own. You go through a journey every time, I think. Would need a wheaten for a soup? I've never made a wheaten bread sandwich in my life. Just buttered wheaten. I don't toast my wheaten either. Here's Sean. Free hello to you. Whee!
If you
Ray,
have
hello to you.
something
Good
to
evening.
ask, officer,
We're playing
I
Poirot.
suggest you stop wasting my time further and just get on with it.
Fucking eat shit. I googled Wheaton and it's showing me a dog. Wheaton bread is beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Just fresh, soft, just a whole heap of butter on it, and it's wonderful. Some people like to toast it. I don't ever do that. Quite the obnoxious entrance. Hello, Ray. Ray, I hope you're doing well this evening. We're nearly at the weekend, folks. So much for my little grey cells. Sad, I've lost so many. It's true. About the dog, let me search it. Oh yeah. Oh, a Wheaton Terrier. Lovely. Let me see Wheaton bread. See, the problem is, these things are so fucking like bastardized and stuff that if you search for like Irish Wheaton bread, I'll Google it and then look at Google Images and just be like, I've never seen this in my life. Oh, it's mostly right there. Oh, it's so nice. I might actually have to get some of that in tomorrow. It's a lovely treat. It's a lovely, lovely treat. Love a Wheaton Terrier. Don't know if I could eat a whole one. Give on. That's lovely. Love a callback to 10 minutes previous. Right, I think I need to make a decision here. From here, pay attention to the questions marked with whatever that signal is. As you make your choices, depending on how you approach Cassandra, you may or may not be able to extract new evidence from her. Oh, here, Ray. I see you're fucking playing Jump King tomorrow, if I understood that tweet correctly. Very fucking exciting. It looks similar to soda bread. I'll keep an eye out for some. It's not in my... Soda bread is, Wheaton bread. God, I don't even know how to describe. Wheaton bread is a very lovely, soft thing, cut into slices. And soda bread, to me, is a very different experience. But I don't know how to describe it. Morrison's, if you have a Morrison's nearby, I think they have a wee Irish section, or they did when I was in Newcastle. Soda bread is king. I would tend to have Wheaton bread more than soda bread, but I do fucking love soda bread. Thanks for reminding me, Ree. Yeah, I'm curious to see. Some people fucking take to it. SK finished that game in like 7 hours. It took me like 70. But it's not about how quickly you finish it. It's about just about getting to the top, as Bruce says. Right. I've already seen and heard how hot-tempered Madame Van den Bosch can be. I should approach this with some sensitivity. Maybe she will fucking... Like, if we kind of go up to her, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Miss Van den Bosch, I'm so sorry. I think you might have done the crime, though. She'll slap me about. Whereas if I'm like, fucking listen. Sorry, I'm using the zoom in again because I like it. I think you're a piece of shit. She'll be taken aback. You slag. You slag. You know? My apologies, madame. I was merely thinking about what Florette has done to your family. Pardon, I'm just considering all avenues. There's much for me to contemplate. I don't know if we should be understanding. Gotta get that baby. Yeah, I was a fully broken man at the end of that stream. I did not think I was getting to the top. It fully broke me. I don't think I've been the same since, to be honest. But I hope you fare better. Hope you have a great time with it. It is a great game. In the end, the top found you. It did. It did. It truly did. Right, we're going to go direct, folks.
I have already told you everything you need to know. What else is there for you to contemplate?
Complimentary. I'm grateful for your vigilance. It is time for the proper authorities to decide her fate. I can understand your anger. Her actions broke your trust and have affected you all. Her punishment should be decided according to the law, not by the lady of the house. Eat shit!
I am not sure what you are trying to
It's not working, folks.
officer.
It's not
But
working.
I will remind you of my position in this house and my standing with your superiors.
Fuck. Since the death of your husband, have you struggled to keep the house in the position it was? Oh, fucking throwing in the dead husband. Like, that's out of order, Poirot. Might have to go for it. It must be difficult raising Mademoiselle Angeline and running the house alone. They want me to be sympathetic. They want me to be sympathetic. I quite like... Well, go sympathetic.
It is challenging at times.
I disagree with the game, but it is what it is.
But I can assure you, the Van den Bosch name is as strong and prevalent as it has always
Look
been.
at Poirot in the corner. Card, Lelamo, I'm playing the game. I'm playing the game the way it wants me to play it.
Officer, you have wasted enough of my time.
You seeing this? Just try again.
My intention was not to anger you, madame. I was mere...
Fuck off. Right, well, let's go and fucking brown nose the fuck out of this piece of shit.
If you have something to
Okay. I'm so sorry, madame. I'm so sorry.
And this is how she repays me? I will not be happy until I see her sufficiently punished.
Okay. I'm grateful for your vigilance. We'll be empathetic.
I am glad you have finally come to your senses and have seen her guilt.
I could not help noticing the art being sent to the auctioneers and the unpaid bills since the death of your husband. It must be so difficult.
It is challenging at times.
It must be so difficult.
I will admit. But I can assure you, the Van den Bosch name is as strong and prevalent as it has always been.
That is a strong name. I have been thinking this. Van den Bosch is a good fucking name.
I have tried my best to provide for Angeline, although sometimes she may not see it that
I was going to ask about
She is not to know about what
people's
we have
strength of
discussed.
their last name, but
It
that
is
is
my
full
burden
docs
to carry.
territory. It's full docs stuff. It is my burden to carry.
You are accepting the hand you have been dealt and raising a fine young mademoiselle.
She's committed a fucking crime
That
here.
is all that can be asked of you.
And you have done nothing but bother my staff and my family. I cannot
My surname is
stand
rubbish?
here any longer and listen to this.
You reckon?
Second-rate
I
officer
quite like mine.
speaking such
Or I do like
drivel.
mine. I think your surname would go well with my forename. Donny Danger. Can we trade or marry? We can do both. We can do both, my friend. No, I like my surname. It's not too common. I don't mean common like huh. Like Miss Van den Bosch would. But you know, it doesn't pop up too much. But you know, it's good. Hercule Dangerosa. Mr. Brie. That's an interesting point, Elmo. It would, that is actually true. I know your forename, at least. And Madame Van den Bosch offers me the smallest slither of emotion, showing how she cares for her daughter. Before she makes haste for the door, is it out of embarrassment, or perhaps there's something she's still trying to hide? Only a matter of time before I dox myself again. I choose not to believe anytime I've heard a slight dox of your name. Because people are their internet names for me. And that's something I like about this weird kind of wee world that we have. Where we've all just kind of just picked wee names out. And we're all just kind of calling each other our wee names. I think it's lovely. I think it's lovely. You broke down Cassandra's defenses and you obtained some new evidence. In this case... Okay, fuck. It's actually so daft, love it. I think it's fucking lovely. We're all just choosing wee names. It sounds cute when you say it that way, and it is, like, I think it's nice. Right, we've got one thing to link. Here, folks, can we do it? Can we do it? Right, what's new here? God. Talk to Angeline and Elizabeth. Okay, we'll talk to Angeline again then, I guess. My name is Batman Croissant. What's yours?
Anything to show you I didn't do it. And madame, I need this job, monsieur.
Okay, that's helpful. That's helpful. That's not helpful at all. Can't really imagine calling anyone their real name. If we meet up, yeah, I agree. Although Marcus was saying that, like, I guess it's a different occasion. I met up with Marcus, and Marcus is one of the few, like Ree here, who just their name is their full name. So I did tell Marcus my real name, but there's not really like much of an occasion where they needed to say my name. Do you know what I mean?
Certainly, officer.
There's a timeline out there where people didn't invent different monikers. Everyone just goes by their own name. Online, people were calling for this for years and years. You know, that there shouldn't be anonymity. He's been spreading it on the comedy scene. Well, this is the thing. There's nothing to dox if you you're blacklisted. Yeah. We've spread my name. Fantastic. There's nothing to dox if that's just like what your name is, and it's not like there's any big secret. You know, it's just like I used to have my first name in my Twitch about section, and then people would come in and after a while start like calling me by my first name, and it's just like, just call me by, just forget that. So I got rid of it. Still call Iron Brew and Fwim IRL Haribo. Have you met Brew in real life? Took mine out after a stranger started referring to me as Mikey. Hurt my soul. Frimp is Frimp. Well, this is it. I honestly have no idea or no interest. And I don't mean that to sound bad. Like, I have no interest what Frimp's real name is, but Frimp is Frimp. Feels like reading your name tag in a supermarket or something, yeah. Well, this sounds really silly. I've spoken to my partner Kristen many a time and mentioned Wisecrack, and the amount of times I'll call him Wisecrack to Kristen instead of his real fucking name, because that's like how we fucking interact mostly now. Wisecrack has become Wisecrack more than just my brother. Can't imagine any one of you saying my real name with the accent spunk, yeah. No way, Ree, yeah. It sounds silly, like, but. Can you tell me about the package in the lounge? Let's go.
The lounge? A package?
Oui, it is quite hard to miss.
Oh, how silly of me. I must have had my head in the clouds this morning. I'm sorry, I can't help you further.
I'm happy to change name by Dude Poll. If you all are total, yeah. We just need to get to a point in society where we can do that. I feel like I wouldn't be able to take any flights with the name Danger, though. Does Madame Van den Bosch have a habit of making such quick assumptions?
Madame is under a great deal of strain. It can't have been easy for her to lose her husband, raising Mademoiselle alone. She can be quick to anger.
And this morning, it sounds as though it was such an occasion.
It's not the first time I have had to stand and watch such treatment. I hate to see it. As I said, Madame hasn't had the easiest time.
Total official, total Victoria face. I suppose Tur could be the first name. I'd laugh every time, Funk, yeah. If we, or when I should say. When we all meet up, I think it has to be nicknames. Has to be.
Madame's scolding of Fleurette this morning was the worst I have seen her temper. I wish you could see that Fleurette is just trying to do her best.
Could there have been another reason for such a reaction?
Madame was not happy Fleurette was late. All through breakfast, Madame was watching her with a piercing eye. But she's still learning the way. Besides the terror...
And the bracelet was still there when you left the room for breakfast?
I am sure of it.
Okay, bracelet was still there. I fucking skipped that when I shouldn't have done.
Your
Assistance has been valuable. Time to do more mind map shit. I need to add some like panicked music whenever this mind map opens up because it's playing in my brain. I expect people to call me rank 1 hillbilly player Lelimo every time, or I won't respond. Are you still a rank 1 Lelimo? You still a rank 1 mate? Or you can't be rank 1 forever. Although I am a Diamond Rocket League player, even though I haven't touched it for over a year. Thank you. Mademoiselle Elizabeth was reluctant to acknowledge the parcel that caused young Florette to be so late. Could there be something behind her avoidance? If there's a reason, I must establish what it is. Note from Luke. Sign from Luke. Yeah. Bench carving.
What a revelation.
Game on. The carving acts as a subtle and private reminder for them both. Elizabeth and Luke are courting. They are indeed. What can we link this to? Gold band?
Magnifique.
Magnifique. Perhaps the relationship is more serious than I first deduced. I wonder what Madame would say. She'd be fucking fuming. Elizabeth and Luke are betrothed. Formal suit.
I
Wow.
would say a lucky guess. I would
Wow,
say a
folks.
moment of genius.
It's coming together, trust me. I find the thought of such a plan cloaked in secrecy rather romantic, but their secrecy continues to perturb me. Very perturbing, this. Courting what young love is. I know. God bless. Forbidden love. Mademoiselle Elizabeth was planned to elope with her beloved Luke, but why would she hide such a joyous occasion? I recall her saying Madame Van den Bosch does not look fondly on staff relationships, but I cannot help but think there is something else. Objective complete. Fucking did it, man. Right, give me a sweet cutscene or something. Talk to Angeline again. Got one thing to link here. There. I'm just going to spam this until something comes up. According to Elizabeth, she arrived slightly earlier than Angeline for breakfast. That can't be true, can it? That can't be true.
This will not get me any
Okay.
closer to...
And if anyone has missed this previously, if I fail to link things up a couple
cannot see the
times, it
logic
just
in
kind
this.
of tells me the answer,
Perhaps
which is what I'm doing here.
Come, my little
Like a
Grace.
true detective. Cleaning rag and personalised handkerchief, thank you so much.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
We did it. Perhaps the handkerchief was used to clean up what the rag did not. That's exactly what I was thinking. Insufficient cleanup. Talk to Elizabeth to advance the investigation. Can do, sir.
Certainly, officer.
Don't by chance happen to own or happen to be missing a handkerchief.
Officer. I misplaced it after wiping a stain from Mademoiselle Angelique's sleeve at breakfast. You are a great detective.
Okay, so Angeline. I thought it was Elizabeth and Luke.
You are not the first to say. Had she not noticed it herself, I imagine Madame would not allow even the smallest imperfection.
But maybe she has blood.
It
She has
baffles me how she
bracelet
could
blood on
have.
her hands.
It was only luck that I spotted it before Madame, and a good thing I did.
You seem rather excited earlier at the mention of Romeo and
How could I
Juliet.
not be? I may not enjoy his other works, but how can one not be blown away by a story of two so deeply in love that they will risk everything just to be together?
Especially being able to draw similarities between Verona's star-crossed lovers to yourself and your dearest.
But I hadn't told.
Mademoiselle, I am an officer of the law.
I'm gonna fucking turd on you
Truth.
if you don't fucking tell me what the crack is here.
Please, you cannot say anything to Madame. She is against staff relationships of any kind. In her eyes, a relationship between staff is nothing more than a distraction.
Well, that sounds like a bit of leverage here, Elizabeth.
But
What are
he
you
means
hiding?
so much more to you.
Oh, officer, I have found my soulmate.
Aye,
At
sure.
first, it was nothing more than pleasantries around the grounds, but that quickly changed. I know it's not proper for a young lady to pursue a gentleman, but once I knew his feelings reciprocated my own, why shouldn't I have followed my heart?
Come on.
Love transcends professional and societal rules.
I mean, within reason.
The mere thought of him was enough to make me blush, but I knew that Madame would never give her blessing. If we wanted to continue, we would have to do so in secret.
This is in no way
Just so
Disco
beautiful.
Elysium.
I often find myself walking around the grounds after my daily duties are complete. And it was one such evening that Luke was waiting for. He looked ever so handsome. And the poem he had prepared, standing there beneath the warm glow of the falling
He asked for
sun.
my hand. I gave him.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I've been chattering on for so long. You have much more pressing matters than to listen to me rambling aimlessly.
That's exactly what I was fucking thinking there. Thank you.
One should never apologize for such a charming and bewitching story of love. But you are correct. While the culprit still eludes us, my work is not yet complete.
Never is, Poirot. It never is, mate. You didn't, or you haven't finished Disco Elysium Lilimo, have you? Or am I confusing you with Adam, who's only started it? Because it'll also take about 80 hours to complete. Luckily, I don't think this is as long. Not even close. Have you played it recently? I think I've still got it installed on Epic Game Store, but I haven't jumped into it. Got about 6 hours in. I remember you saying on Discord now, actually, you kind of... Like, I think a lot of people have an issue, get frozen by the, I want to do it so right because there's so much that kind of it reacts to and stuff, I get that for sure. The love of Mademoiselle Elizabeth and Luke Sure is obvious, and yet she remains respectful of Madame's ruling. No matter the ridiculous nature of it, I cannot see her defying her code and stealing the bracelet.
Merci,
The investigation does continue.
Your assistance has been invaluable.
Okay. I wonder at what point... Oh, she's not here anymore. There's going to be a point where another crime happens because this game is not just solve the missing bracelet. That wouldn't be great. Sounds as though this is not the first time Madame has lost her temper with Florette. Cassandra watched. Has Poirot had a pee yet? He hasn't. Exclamation mark peas. And neither have I. I'm holding it. I would certainly not want her watching me so intently. Would Florette attempt a crime under such scrutiny? Okay. Note from Luke. Cassandra watched Florette after she returned. Cassandra previously mistreated Florette.
Order and method.
Theft fits Cassandra's insurance scam. Oh, okay. Previously mistreated Florette.
Is
No.
there something?
She's just continuing to mistreat her. Where's an adult nappy? I've had a look. You can't buy them in Tesco, so. Elizabeth denied knowledge of parcel. That's a new one. Strange considering the parcel is addressed to her. What would that be linked with? Maybe the young love stuff? Florette was running an errand for Elizabeth.
I cannot see the
That
logic
is
in this.
it.
Perhaps a second look at...
That's it. Don't you dare. Cassandra watched Florette after she returned. Florette was running a...
I should not be surprised by my own skills of
That's
deduction.
it, man. That is the frustrating thing about, detective-y sort of games like L.A. Noire, all that good stuff. You're like, I fucking know exactly what's happening here. I just need to work out how the game wants me to go through with it. And that's a bit bollocks. It's a bit bollocks. Let's go, Glim. Who's the let's go emote? Florette had no opportunity. Why would Madame accuse her? Because she's trying to pin it on
What
her.
a revelation.
Fucking game on. Incredible. I don't know if I know them. Would Madame seize the opportunity in an attempt to improve? I'm sorry, I thought it was just kind of like, oh, they're speaking like old-timey a bit. There's a lot of typos and shit in this. Okay, we've done that. We need to talk to Angeline. There's one thing to link in here. Angeline removed suit stain. From what? From what exactly? What indeed? I don't know.
Come, my little
I do not know. Fallen suit.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
That's a nonsense thing to put together as well. Jill, do we know, are we getting a Walking Dead? The voice license? Yes, Jill, it's only in this scene. Or in this kind of menu bit. But... Danger of you even mind your own business going for a piss IRL. And thought to yourself, add P? I haven't, but I have been tempted to... We were talking about peeing and pooping. And I thought to myself, I should keep track of how much I actually do this. But that's a wee bit weird to kind of be like, I've had 7 poos this week. But I genuinely am curious how many times I've done it or do it. So in a way, as in volume, as in not that the volume, not as amount, frequency. Bet for the next stream. By weight, Christ. What were you asking? I was like, I was going to ask when the next stream was. How many poos have I had today, guys? Fuck's sake. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. Angelina reached into the chimney, inspect the chimney in Angeline's bedroom. Okay. Right, I need to solve this crime, and then hopefully it'll give us a card on the stick of a bigger crime happening. And hopefully that will be compelling. Because as it stands, this game is frustrating me a bit. Wonder if Mademoiselle Angeline noticed Madame's abrupt departure. Maybe, I don't know. Why don't you ask her yourself, piece of shit. Are you able to watch tonight? I can stream it literally any day, any time. Don't want you missing it. Tonight might be... might not be ideal. But I wouldn't want you to do it, or not do it because of me, you know. The last clue for this crime will be inside the victim of the next crime. Although saying that... Sorry, very sorry, I just read that. The last clue for this crime will be inside the victim. That would be perfect. That would be compelling.
The longer you're here, the further the criminal goes with my bracelet. But by all means, fire away.
I could watch tonight, Jill. I was going to watch the football after this, but I think I could honestly do both. Would you say that Maman is happy with young Florette's work?
Maman is never happy with anything these days. Also, Florette does have a habit of not doing things exactly how Maman wants them done.
And how does she react when she sees Florette not doing things
Yes,
the
Jill.
correct way?
Can I get a shout out in the chat for Jill, who everyone here is definitely fucking following, but just in case, because Jill hasn't been streaming for a wee bit. So it might have snuck some people by that she's streaming again. Streaming no game. I was talking to my dad the other day and I almost said, is that your man? Is that your man? You're influencing me? Lovely stuff. I remember whenever I moved to England, people found the your man thing very very like, who's my man? What are you talking about? And it just fucking means anyone.
Maman has the temperament of a kicked cat. Florette has often been on the wrong side of it.
That is how she responded today?
She was shouting at her, and when Florette would not admit she took the bracelet, Maman really lost her temper. I have not seen her that angry before.
No game's weird. Only happens when I stream from Xbox. I feel like that happens to SK a bit as well. By default, it'll start with no game. Surely that should kind of be like an automated thing.
How should I know? I returned to the room and Father was face down on the floor. It must have been the burglar.
So it is your father that is the subject.
Isn't he handsome? I remember watching him sit for it. He kept looking across.
He's dead, love.
Smiling at me.
I'm afraid he's dead.
The artist was getting awfully angry at him.
He indeed. That'll be it. Must pull the game from the start of the stream. Before I've changed the game manually? Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. It should say something. Unless my thing is just a wee bit broken. If you'll entertain my curiosity, would you tell me about your father?
Maman never wants to talk about him. She says it's too hard, but she acts more like she doesn't even care he's gone.
I'm sure that is not the case. It must have been very hard for her, for you both.
What's your name, miss?
I miss him every day.
Angeline.
He always knew how to put a smile on my face. I remember how much fun we would have, all three of us. In the summer, Father and I would play hide and seek while Maman read.
She always helped me though whenever it was his turn to hide.
Angeline, I'm gonna need you to do a murder within the next 10
I would
minutes.
stand in the gazebo, cover my eyes, and count, and when I turned, he was nowhere to be seen. Maman would lower her book and flash a look towards his hiding spot. After I found him, he clapped and cheered as though I had won a gold medal. When
Class.
I was hiding, it didn't matter where I was. He could never find me. He always knew just what.
I am sure he would want you to be smiling today, even under such circumstances.
Having heard her story, I can begin to see why he is so missed. It's a tragedy, the loss of a loving father and husband. It is a tragedy. Thank you for the
have been
achievement.
of great help to my investigation, mademoiselle. I will do everything.
Who is the fucking culprit then? Because I don't fucking know. Am I supposed to know? Because I don't. Inspect the chimney in Angeline's bedroom. Let's do that.
Huh.
I suppose this is one such occasion when I must literally get my hands dirty. Ha ha. And here is a bracelet. What? Bracelet was just in the fucking chimney, man. What is this? What game is this that I'm playing here? I just found the bracelet. Did I not just find the bracelet? Why is it not like, right, game's over? Lover in the fireplace, come on. Memento tin. It was missing after all, well, hidden is the more appropriate term. The fucking bracelet's here. Why is any of this happening? The bracelet? Steen, I think I've just found the fucking bracelet in the chimney, man. I honestly don't understand what's happening here. And I'm sure you can very much sense it. Game's losing me, folks. Game's losing me. I paid money for this. Losing me. Where's the sauce? Where's the Poirot sauce? It shouldn't do because Charlotte Alamo, you can just set it to whatever near automata. Come on. That's lovely. Right, who do I tell that I found the fucking thing?
Anything to...
Merci.
I feel like I'm losing my mind here. Where's the madame? Okay, I guess we have to link these things. View mind map. What is there anything new? Confirm Florette's innocence or guilt. Florette was scapegoated. Oh, I guess, let's just fucking add some things together.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Yes! All signs are pointing to Florette being treated rather harshly by Madame. Would Madame escalate such mistreatment? Florette is mistreated by Madame. Would Madame escalate? Yes, she would.
Is there something...
By accusing her of a crime, which she didn't commit because she just hid the
I
fucking
must
thing.
take a different...
Eat shit, game.
I must act on thought.
Is it this one? Is it this one that I was going to do next? It is.
Some would say a lucky guess.
Her incarceration... See, her incarceration appears to be the latest in a series of abuses by Madame. I have no doubt in young Florette's innocence. What I do doubt is the behaviour of Madame Van den Bosch. If what I have heard is true, her treatment towards Florette is disgraceful. Okay. Perfect, so we'll talk to Florette about that. Job done. One thing to link in here. Angeline stashed her keepsakes in the chimney. Get her locked up. I think she might perish, is what I think might happen. Abandoned poker.
Order and method.
Right, let's just get this done quickly.
This will not get me any closer.
Better again, Steen, come on.
Order
Let
and
us now
method.
try and
That
get our
is the
brain
way to
cells to
solve
work.
the problem.
Yep. Right, what do you want me to link, game? Someone forced the window open from inside? I swear I was going to do that.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
But look, okay, so you might not be able to see on my screen or your screen
Now
because
try and get our brain cells to work.
because it's so small. But I've linked up Angeline stashed her keepsakes in the chimney. And that's linked up with someone forced the window open from inside. That honestly does not fucking link at all, man. Stage a burglary and let it go so far is totally unacceptable. Yeah, it's just... But there's 100 different things in this that you could just link together and they'd be like, aye, this means this. I cannot believe I allowed Mademoiselle Angeline to deceive me for so long. Hiding the bracelet inside the chimney and staging the burglary, all part of her calculated and devious plan. I should bring this investigation to an end. Enough of my time has already been wasted. I will not be satisfied until I know why. Wallace and Gromit, fun back. That sounds good. Right, we've beat the game, folks.
Certainly, officer.
Oh, bracelet head itself, yeah. I'm ready to address the house. I believe it is time the truth behind the missing bracelet was revealed. Here we fucking go.
And the bracelet.
Everything will be revealed in good time. Would you be...
Of course.
Of course, perfect.
Merci, Mademoiselle Elizabeth, for gathering everyone. Will Madame Van den Bosch be joining us?
Brace yourself, folks. It's gonna be huge here. It's gonna be huge. Will Madame Van den Bosch be joining us shortly?
She passed me not long ago, and I've not seen her return.
Very well. Under usual circumstances, I would wait.
I need to pour Dr. Pep for this.
Time on this matter, n'est-ce pas? We shall have to proceed without her. This morning started like any other. My usual ordinary patrol, until I was approached by Mademoiselle Elizabeth about a suspected burglary and a missing bracelet.
Hey.
A crime I've been falsely blamed for.
So true, Florette. I'm with you. Interesting that she's called Florette. And I can't get rid of myself. Somehow my hotkey for getting rid of myself on this scene disappeared, but she's wearing green, folks. Like broccoli. It's like broccoli, I think. It could come up later, just something to think about.
That I shall come to. I began my investigation outside, but it was not long before I realized there were no signs of an intruder, so I turned my focus to those in the house. You. Florette, your time here at the house has not always been the easiest for you, shall we say?
I do what Madame tells me.
And to the highest standard, I presume.
Madame's standards are very high. I do my best.
And you would at least expect fair treatment for the work, not to be spoken to in such a cruel and vicious way.
Monsieur.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
I referred to how poorly Madame Van den Bosch treats you. You are at her beck and call, and she does nothing but belittle you.
High Danger House cinema scene coming along with best regards, Eleanor. I haven't done it. But I've been doing other stuff, which means that it'll maybe get done.
That is Maman you're talking about. Just wait until...
It is nothing but the truth I speak, Mademoiselle. All the while, Mademoiselle stands by and does not even...
Remember the cinema channel, Steen, don't do this. It feels like a lot of work. I started it like last week and it just did a wee bit and I started doing it shite and I thought, fuck, if I keep doing this shite, you know, I'll have to show it to people eventually and it'll be shite. So I don't know. I fear doing it shit.
Perhaps you thought it was time they deserved some retribution.
Stop trying to put words in her mouth.
I am merely giving her a voice, one that has been silenced for so long.
Okay, what's going on here, Poirot? I don't know what's happening here, man.
Maybe I do think she deserves it. She's had the world handed to her on a plate, and the likes of me get nothing.
Yes, Florette, come
The
on.
motive begins to rear its head.
You're just trying to get me to admit to something. Well, I've done nothing.
Allow me to finish. I am sure you will want to hear what follows. Let us return to this morning.
I'm on the edge of my seat. You were tasked with fetching breakfast from the town for the house. As well as fetching breakfast for the house, you took another task on, which ended up delaying you further, true?
I was only trying to help Lizzie.
Yeah,
You must
exactly.
have known how Madame would have reacted to your late return, especially with her prior treatment of you.
She's angry at whatever I do.
There's wee tears, don't know if you can see it, she's crying.
But nonetheless, you were willing to help a colleague, a friend, knowing what the repercussions could be. And that show of loyalty to your friend has been the thing that proved your innocence.
Monsieur?
Because of such willingness to help, you were delayed in town, meaning you had no
viable
viable
way of taking the bracelet.
from Mademoiselle Angeline's room. There was simply no opportunity.
Me trying to get in at the end of that, you... Oh. Forget it.
I told
Forget it.
you. Maybe now Madame will believe me.
Caught me off guard, that pulled me out of the moment.
It is evidence not even she can ignore. Which then leads us to Mademoiselle Elizabeth.
For some reason, my hotkey has changed. I used to press 1 on the keyboard here to disappear from this scene, but now, for some reason, it only does it for this scene. And I couldn't fix it in the couple minutes before the stream. And it's very upsetting. Somehow my RTX broadcast has disappeared from the options in the hotkey thing. I don't know. It's very upsetting.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth, you have been with the Vanden.
That is correct.
That is correct. You've grown close.
Both late.
Of course.
And yet there are still secrets kept from them. That is true. That is true.
You yourself told me Madame Vandenbosch would not stand for it, and you would both be out of a job.
Elizabeth? What is he talking about?
A love that is reminiscent of Romeo and Juliet.
Really circling the
One that
drain
must
on
remain
this.
hidden from the world from fear of expulsion.
If you don't stop, I will tell Maman. You can't speak to her like that.
It may be a tone you do not like, but it is no worse than your maman's ruling that forced them into secrecy to begin with.
I'm sorry. This isn't how I wanted you to find out. We couldn't risk
Bit
Madame finding
bit
out.
grim that we had to expose their love.
We could
but-
do without this house.
It is what it is. This is a very important investigation about a bracelet which went missing, which didn't actually really go missing. Have you been put on device yet? Fucking, it's gonna turn me device in a minute.
What are you talking about, Elizabeth?
Luke and I, we're in love.
Look.
Luke? The gardener? But why wouldn't you tell me?
For fear of Madame and her rule, and if neither of you had employment, there would be no way to pay for a wedding, perhaps.
Oh yeah, do you reckon?
It was never our plan to go behind yours or Madame's back. You must.
She didn't
believe me.
steal anything?
You two are to wed?
A commoner.
Yes. Well, no. Not today, as Officer Poirot suspects.
It is not always what one thinks, or how something may appear. Rather,
You can't
Angeline
believe I would hide my own bracelet.
is the only explanation that remains, but perhaps Fleurette would be more satisfied hearing the truth from you. I think it's time for the truth to be told. This masquerade has gone on long enough. The masquerade which I honestly don't really understand at the minute.
I have nothing to say.
You would rather allow a faithful member of your staff to take the blame for your juvenile and adolescent actions. You acted out of fear. It is nothing we have not all done before. I'm surprised at your lack of compassion. I see the apple does not fall far from the tree. Yes, eat shit.
How dare you speak to me like that? You have no idea what you're talking about.
I know that losing a father at such a young age must be horrific and terrifying. Perhaps I don't, but your maman does. She is someone you could confide in. I will do
You
that.
can't actually believe I would hide my own jewelry.
I don't know.
if you didn't, explain to me how your memento tin with the bracelet inside came to be lodged inside the chimney of your bedroom fireplace.
You have no proof I put it there.
Besides you being the only one in the room alone, even after finding the bracelet, I still did not know why you had done it. Until I contemplated why Madame was selling so many heirlooms and art.
You had no right to snoop through our house in the first place.
When it is part of my
I don't think that's
investigation,
true.
I have every right, mademoiselle. The unpaid bills and final notice from the telephone company.
Maman can do what she wants with her art. That means nothing.
But when there was no more art to sell, what then? You could not risk her taking your father's bracelet and selling it.
If you can't tell, folks, I'm pretty sure this game is getting bent at the end of this stream. If that wasn't clear enough. If that wasn't fucking clear enough.
You staged a burglary pretending
enjoy
it
it.
had been taken, preventing her from selling it. Then you stood back as the innocent Florette paid the price.
She didn't think about me at all. She was going to take my I didn't
think.
But she
Get
did.
to the murder.
And somehow that evidently didn't cross your mind. When Madame returns, you shall have it all to explain.
Total, I wish it wasn't. I just am not vibing with it. I feel like it's a completely different game from the last one, and it just where's the sauce? Where's the fucking sauce? Oh my god, who is this Chad Poirot? It is Chad Poirot, Tazzy, I'm afraid to say. Surely the high octane ending will kick in any second now. Yeah, I agree. It is sad, total, and I feel like it's one of those things where the ones you bank on of like, that'll be a fucking great, that'll be a fucking great game to play. It just doesn't fucking happen. I feel like I've missed an epic story here, Tassie. The VOD will be up. It was a story about a bracelet which we believed was stolen, which then turned out to not be stolen and in fact was just hidden. So nothing has actually happened. Just a lot of bluster. How are you, Danger Lovely? Tazzy, I'm actually, I'm doing alright. I'm off work tomorrow. Got the weekend coming. And I don't feel too bad. How are you doing? Very cool story about a normal unstolen bracelet. Yeah. Long weekend, love it, yeah. I'm a bit torn. See, if I wasn't meant to be in the office tomorrow, I would probably work tomorrow, because the work I'm doing at the minute is kind of a piece of piss. But I'm not going to suddenly just get up and go in the office in the morning. I'm going to take the lion, and maybe get something on. Get cooking a nice wee meal to do me for dinner. And just kick the feet up. Hope you're doing well, Tazzy. I think I saw you got some job interviews on the go. Good luck, Hercule Staden. We're not going to be there to see it.
Maman can't know what I have done. She will be furious.
But Mademoiselle Florette will be proved innocent, and that is what is important. No crime has been committed, so I see no reason why this should continue any longer. It is time you considered the consequences of your actions. And now, you must face them head on.
Maman, you're home.
Nothing happened. I thought there was going to be a death there. Sorry. Their interview's coming up. I'm so happy, Tazzy. Best of luck to you. Best luck to you. And sure, if things work out, if things don't work out, it gets you in that zone, I know myself, I need a couple interviews to get good at it. Get the fucking It's Steen emote on the go.
Of course I am. And I brought someone that will bring some order to this chaos.
Absolutely. Got one foot in the door, Tazzy. Good to fucking hear. Poirot slug, yes. That's what the H stands for, yeah. Major Felix Hagen. He may hold the rank of Major in the British Army, but I question his authority here at all. I question it as well. You got no authority here, sir. Wonder if these two have a big up their ass. I can't say that here.
Major, I can assure you, I have the situation under control.
From
Who
what
is
I
this
have
cunt?
heard, you are far from it.
Hello, by the way. I hope everyone's well. I think we're doing alright. I can't speak for the chat. But I hope we're doing well. I trust that we're well, as ever.
The missing bracelet has been found, and the guilty party has been identified.
What's your plan tomorrow then, Wisecrack? Honestly, fucking fuck all. Just chill. I just need a fucking day to just sit and do nothing. I feel like it's been very busy recently with work and stuff. So I just love to just sit about. I'll probably go to the shop early, get some stuff in the cook, and it's been months since I touched it. The slow cooker might come out. I'm not sure. Just do a couple of things, you know. Be productive in that. Might keep messing around with OBS because I feel like I'm in the zone of like understanding what trigger fire is and how to make it work with the puzzle redemption and stuff. So I feel a bit empowered to do some shit.
I'm well aware that the maidservant was behind it all. And yet I see her standing as free and innocent as you and me.
I am sure Madame van den Bosch has informed you of her suspicions, but I'm afraid it was merely speculation.
Excuse me?
After conducting a full investigation, the evidence and facts led me to deduce...
Mademoiselle Florette could not have taken it as she was in town. Angeline hid the bracelet. She had her reasons. So we're gonna grass up Angeline.
This is ridiculous. Why would my daughter hide her own jewelry?
I'm
I
sorry,
don't know.
Maman, he's right. Florette is innocent. I just wanted to show you.
Shh, girl. I will not have you guilted into taking the blame for that.
What a trigger fire was at home, I don't know. Madame van den Bosch refuses to acknowledge even a fraction of what is really taking place. I should not let this continue any longer. Madame van den Bosch, perhaps it would benefit you to hear Angeline. Any guilt your daughter feels should only be from her actions today.
Officer Poirot. A word.
What?
Madame van den Bosch was forced to make her way to inform me, alone, I might add, of the goings-on at the house today.
Major, with all due respect, she was impeding the investigation.
This may be how some officers act in the city, but here we show respect.
Interesting bit of politics happening here.
You are an officer of the law and should act as such. Insubordination like this will not be tolerated.
Oh, fuck off. Get him smacked. Get him
As the ranking
fucking...
officer, I have conducted my investigation and...
Look at this. Fucking state of that.
Ranking officer? Ha! You are an auxiliary officer. You have little authority over anyone, let alone a major. You would be wise to remember who is
Major
close
cunt.
friends with
Am I
your
right, folks?
commanding officer.
Game.
After what I have heard of your past in the city, I'm sure he would look upon today's events as another failure at the hands of Officer Poirot.
Keep on. Keep on. As absurd as this has become, I must select my battles more tactfully. I can only hope the captain of the station will see things in more sense. We're not going to the station, mate.
Major.
If there's not a murder in this house right now, like, I don't know what to...
Now I suggest
What
you
to say?
do your duty and escort the maidservant to the station where she can be formally charged.
No,
Right
fuck
away.
off. No, we're not charging this. There's fucking nothing happened. The bracelet's there, man.
I'm sorry, mademoiselle. This is not the outcome I expected.
What the fuck's this?
Maman was right. We'll always pay the price for the upper class's actions.
Do right. Do right.
We will do everything we can to clear your name.
What can you do now? Madame said I'm guilty of a crime and I'll be punished.
Morsey would. There's no... The
A
bracelet
crime
is
that
there.
was never committed. Once the truth is explained, this wrong shall be set right.
Theory, mate. You're being arrested for having that and moving your own
Not tempted to be
bracelet
arrested.
suspiciously.
Surely you know her better than that.
I should have known better than to expect anything else. Justice and fairness don't reach the likes of me.
It's true. This young lady has already faced so much mistreatment at the hand of Madame van den Bosch. I shall not allow her punishment to continue. This is where Poirot gets that fucking poker. And he goes up. It becomes this fully third-person action game here. You sneak up in the tall grass. It didn't garden that day, so the grass is tall. And just fucking... Goosh, 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 goosh. Just stabs fuck out of that British army cunt. And then... everyone sees it. it was unsuccessfully stealthy. And they're screaming. And it kind of goes slow motion as everyone turns around. You have enough time, because you're Poirot, to kind of use your Poirot slow-mo. And you jab it out. It's a messy exit, though, of the poker. Rips all his organs out. And you just fucking launch it at the fucking madam's head. And you don't see it happen. It's tasteful. And it cuts to black. And then title card, Poirot. The early cases. Assassin's Creed style, absolutely. Spluttering becomes a hitman level, exactly like how Agent 47 would do it. But unfortunately, I don't think that will happen.
What you saw today was not justice.
It's sad that
In the eyes of the law, you are innocent and have been harshly treated and wrongly
First
accused.
blood.
No one will be going to jail.
Literally first blood.
But that doesn't help my employment, does it?
I'm afraid the bridge has been burned here, Fleurette.
That I cannot save. But your freedom, I shall make sure of that.
I feel like I'm an imposter dressed in police clothing. I was brought here today as a representative of the law, and any shred of authority I had was dashed at the hands of the Major. I refuse to allow justice to waver and for it to become nothing more than a hand for those that wish to play it, as and when they choose. It's so true. This is not the first time I've seen the law bent to fit one's purpose. It will certainly be the last time I fail to stop it. This is the birth of Poirot. Here. Yes, man. Yeah, I'm kind of into that. They're kind of telling the story there. It's just a shame that the game has no sauce, man.
Detective Poirot, I trust this finds you well. It has been many years since our paths last crossed, and while I'm sure your recollection of the events may differ from mine, I hope that receiving this letter has not rekindled a sense of animosity toward myself or the Van der Bosch name. The impression you made is something that has stayed with me since that day. It compelled me to reconsider the spoilt young lady I would have inevitably become and helped shape me into the woman I wished to be. You made me see the childish and selfish girl in me that did not consider the consequences of her actions or how they may affect others. Although Maman may see the events of that day differently, I believe the
Years later, I still remember the
confession
time I
met
saw you once
I
where
believe
fuck
the
all
drive
happened.
to
I know.
uncover the truth and accept no alternative
Hopefully, Fleurette
was
sends us a
testament
fucking
to
letter
your
from prison.
character and professionalism.
She's now 40 years of age.
Although I wish it were under different circumstances, your assistance is once again required, and I hope you will consider this as my formal request for your service.
I'm not
This
interested.
upcoming weekend was due to be one full of joy and happiness at the announcement of my engagement to Gideon Demire, whom I love dearly, bringing together two illustrious families.
This is Angeline.
But it has been shadowed by deceit, extortion, and blackmail.
Is there any murders on the go?
The Van der Bosch name is being held to ransom by a mysterious party, and I am afraid I do not know who I can and cannot trust. We are holding a small gathering to celebrate our exciting
Very
news
vague.
with what Maman calls the dignified elite, those that are well respected and held in
Bravo
high
gets this
regard
letter.
in
It's like,
both
what the
our
fuck
close
says?
inner circles
Bravo
of
just fucking
society.
burns it, man. Wipes his
Our
arse with
private
it.
matters have always remained just that. So I fear one of those invited may be the person who is out to ruin our name. But for
Gives a fuck,
reasons
man.
I cannot fathom.
Van den Bosch, I don't need a Hoover. Yes.
I have
Yes.
enclosed a first-class rail ticket for you to join us for the
Goddamn mod
announcement.
settings, what happened to us?
And having contacted
Sorry, I
your
ruined someone else's
superiors
life
and
by
the correct authorities
personal
to request your
yeah.
assistance,
It's a real
which
turning
they
point
were
for me.
more than happy to
That time I
grant.
sent that girl to
I
prison.
shall expect your arrival with great anticipation. There shall be a carriage waiting for you at the station to bring you directly to Mnemozan House.
No,
I thank
afraid
you in
not.
advance in our time of crisis.
I'm afraid
Yours
not.
respectfully, Angeline van der Bosch.
Fair play to the makers of this game for just making one house that you play in. Maybe you go to other places, but they're just like, thank you for being in this house 10 years ago. Do you want to come back? And we'll maybe change a few of the fucking textures in it. Fuck, he does look fucking, he looks handsome there, to be fair. Chapter 1, the blackmail. This is chapter 1. I have finally arrived. My priority is to get out of this bitter cold before I freeze completely. Right, at what point did I turn this game off? Right, new mind map unlocked. I must not get distracted by celebrations. I was here to uncover the identity of the blackmailer. Okay. I wish it didn't. I wish it wasn't this fucking... That was just a taste of what's to come. Fucking reel them in with the prologue sting. They won't be able to resist it after this. I'm sure this is a perfectly legitimate game. Perfectly legitimate. It is so disappointing after playing the last Poirot. And I hate to bin another game because I feel like the last 2 weeks of me on stream has been me binning games. But fucking Fortnite, Stain, I'm afraid to say, I think Fortnite's maybe binned as well for a bit. I was saying earlier, I think I might be reaching the badness and sadness of Fortnite. So there's some thoughts to be done. If anyone has any suggestions for games that they would like me to play, head up the Discord, because we're going to be doing some fresh games again. This has not passed the test. Fork knife skills definitely unbalanced right now. Tazzy, I was eating hard shit, and you know, it's just the feeling that you get. It's what I hear a lot of people who play DBD say, is that, you know, you just get more frustrated, and then the games you do win, you don't feel like oh, I did it. It's just like, thank fuck, you know. Have you heard of this new asymmetrical survivor horror game? Is it Dead by Daylight? A moment longer in this weather and my fingers would have become too cold to even lock the door. I'll get inside first. In the game.
Bonjour, my name is Hercule Poirot. I am here at the invitation...
Ah, Detective Poirot. We have been expecting you. Please come in from this frightful...
I was doing some Destruction All-Stars research. If it goes completely free and available on PC, can we make a return? I don't think that game mode's in the game anymore, Westcrack. I don't think it's in there. Yeah, folks, if anyone has any good ideas for like good single-player games that they want me to play, because I'll need to do some digging, but I'm open to suggestions. Open to suggestions.
Merci. I don't think I would have lasted much longer out here before turning into an icicle.
I feel stupid for asking, did you play a vampire on stream? You did, right? I didn't, Tazzy. The problem is, I find it very hard to play games I've played before on stream. Like, it just kind of, it doesn't kind of like get me going. Like, a lot of people are really good at that. Like, Adam has played Kingdom Come before, and it's great. You wouldn't fucking know it watching him play it. It's just great crack. I personally, I just don't, it removes a bit of my inner sauce, you know, and becomes a sauceless experience, just like this game is.
Welcome. I am Archibald Sterling, the head butler. Please accept my apologies. I have a rather pressing matter, but I will see that you are attended to immediately.
Do not trouble yourself on my...
Okay.
You will be staying on the first floor.
Merci.
Okay, perfect. We're skipping text. I need to pee, so I think I'm gonna call it there, folks. Oh shit, we're nearly at 11 o'clock. Apologies. I think I had good fun tonight anyway. But yeah, I feel like some of the games recently have been misses more than hits. So we'll have to rectify that and get a wee map out of games to play. Which are exciting and we have great times with, you know, rather than suffering through this fucking visual novel wank. It was good crack. Don't let the game get you down. No, I think I've been in good spirits tonight anyway. But it's frustrating a wee bit. I blame the devs publishers for producing pure shite. Me too, Steen. I also blame myself for buying this game on CD keys and not Steam. Saved myself a couple quid. It was like 5 or 6 quid cheaper on CD keys, but now I can't refund it. And look, I'm back. I got distracted by Netflix. Toki, what have you been watching? Right, moany bastard tonight, Wisecrack. No, don't do this. Don't do this. You're gonna get me a fucking... I'm gonna unpublish the VOD. It's always lovely to see you the way. Thank you, Tazzy, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Clean bum gang, okay. Enjoy the clean bum. Enjoy the clean bum. Yes, folks, I think that's gonna do it. Thank you all for hanging out. Watching this Aussie show called Heartbreak High. It's pretty good. I think Kristen might have mentioned that, because apparently it's a wee bit like that other show, the Never Have I Ever or whatever. Not called that. No, thank you, pal. Thank you, Stain. Nay, I'm back for the ending, Toki. Yes, I would happily play more, but this game is destined for the bin, I think. A lovely stream as always. Thank you all for hanging out. I think it's been good crack. We'll be back on Saturday with Scorn, the new horror game. Happily, Stain. Yeah, I mean, I would happily play it if this game wasn't shit. No harm to devs in chat. Farewell, Avec Danger. Thank you, Lelama. Lils, thank you for the sub. Toki, thank you again for the resub. That was on Tuesday, and the gift sub the other day. And thank you all for hanging out. If you don't mind bearing with me, I'll find someone to do a wee raid on. Oh, goodness gracious. I did not realise that Joth would be playing Walking Dead now. Our lovely, lovely, lovely friend of the stream, VIP and artist, the wonderful Jelith, is playing The Walking Dead on the final episode of, I think, maybe the last season. It's great fucking crack. She's very fucking funny. It's a wonderful time. Please go in and give Jell a follow if you're not already, and have a lovely evening, and I'll see you on Saturday. See you later, folks. Good night, folks. Good night to you, Tucky. Bye-bye. Say hello to Jell for me, please, Spirit. I will. See you later. Bye-bye.